all of your building materials for a very, very long time, even before Tim, Terry, or even Alan were born. So for any or all of your building needs, flooring, lighting, plumbing, Walker Brothers can do it or supply you with all the tools. Walker Brothers, Highway 69 North in downtown Belleton. Specialty Pharmacy and Good Hope Pharmacies are both Health Mart pharmacists, both filling and explaining to you what your doctor's prescriptions will do for you. But at Specialty Pharmacy, well, you need to have your medicine compounded. That is what Specialty Pharmacy does, filling your regular prescriptions, but also compounding those specialty prescriptions. Kai Brown and his staff at Specialty Pharmacy will discuss with you about those over-the-counter vitamins and herbs. And ladies, Specialty Pharmacy also has hormonal drug therapy. And men, if you have problem with ED, talk to Specialty Pharmacy. Good Hope Pharmacy, Highway 69 in Good Hope, and Specialty Pharmacy, Highway 157 across the CRMC.
Ball games, shopping with friends, wherever life takes you, on-the-go banking is a breeze with the Citizens Bank and Trust mobile app. Need to check your balance? Check. Deposit that birthday check? Snap. Click. Done. With our mobile app, there's no need to miss anything. From the latest technology to friendly bankers, you can count on Citizens to be there in a big way. Citizens Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Third-party fees for data, messaging, and internet may apply.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to basketball on this Friday night. Yes, we've got local basketball on WKUL FM and WKUL.com. Class 3A Area 13 from Vinemont Gymnasium, Vinemont High School versus Susan Moore High School. Hi, everybody. Along with my partner, Rich Jesse, our game site engineer, Kristen Ballard, the Flash, Johnny Thornton. The only game in Cullman County this evening because the other games got postponed. Well, apparently one school system told their teams, you can't come from Morgan County tonight and play in Cullman County. So Brewer at West Point and Priceville at Good Hope postponed until Saturday. Coleman was supposed to play a Morgan County team, but the Decatur City School team tonight, that's been set to Tuesday. So tonight in Coleman County, up on Highway 31, we got Vinemont and Susan Moore. Rich Jesse, glad to be with you. We saw this team come here and play last year, and Susan Moore at 14-3, 5-0 in area play, number 6 ranking in 3A this week. Coach Natasha Smallwood, her youngest daughter, Laney. Last year, she ripped the court to 32 points, hit 7 threes. She's smooth.
Certainly, first of all, fortunate ones here tonight, Johnny, to be able to be here, watch some basketball. Always such a pleasure. As you spoke of, Susan Moore Lady Bulldogs, Laney Smallwood last year. And I knew coming in, look out for Smallwood. I didn't even realize it was her. And on the floor, it doesn't take long. I mean, she's a magnet. You can tell she's a great player. We expect a lot of things from her tonight. On the other side, these Vinemont Lady Eagles, 7-1 here at Vinemont Gym. Only loss to the Good Hope Lady Raiders.
Well, they've lost two now. They lost to Coach Springs last week, 7-2.
Updated information. Nevertheless, a very strong team at home. They have their work cut out for them in this Area 13 matchup against Susan Moore.
This is a team that continues to rise like an eagle. And I said this team can win 20 games this year. What are at 14? They got an opportunity to close that situation. They got some challenging games coming up. They got tonight here with Susan Moore. I think they got Coach Springs next week, depending on the weather situation. They also have another area game with J.B. Pennington. They got the county tournament. They'll be the number 5 seed. They'll play Holly Pond. They'll play Holly Pond next Friday in regular season. Then the week from Monday, the start of the county tournament at Wallace. But this team, very experienced, with 3-year starters and sophomores in that backcourt of Caroline Miller, Reagan Robinson, and Whitney Quick.
Yeah, very experienced backcourt, and it's been fun to watch these Lady Eagles progress over the years. And I'm with you. You could expect 20 wins out of them this year. They've just continued to get better with Coach Brown. But Susan Moore is going to cause some problems here tonight. A matchup that I'm interested to see is how much that Vinemont takes Reagan Robinson and assigns her to Lanny Smallwood. She's a great defender. She's tenacious, and she could cause Smallwood some trouble. A very smart player, very talented player. I'm looking forward to seeing those two go at it tonight.
In my presence, what I've noticed about the Lady Eagles this year is the depth as far as these three young ladies right here: Morgan Flanagan, a junior, Veda Yarbrough, a sophomore, Addison Holcomb, a sophomore, giving them quality time so they can rotate, especially if they get into a fatigue situation or if they get into foul trouble. That's one thing Bama's got to play disciplined basketball against a very talented team like Susan Moore. Whitney Quick can't get into early foul trouble, neither can Carly Stevens or Maggie Burks.
Yeah, I think that you just laid out the keys to the game. Stay out of foul trouble, and you use your depth well. It's going to be trouble here tonight. A lot of depth here tonight for Susan Moore, and you're going to be active trying to keep Smallwood from off the scoreboard. But she's going to have an impact on the game one way or
Vinemont
another.
right now is second in the area. This is 3A area 13, 3-1. They still have J.B. Pennington to play within a couple weeks. This is the last game for Susan Moore in the area. They've already swept Brindley Mountain, and they've swept J.B. Pennington. They beat them early this week, 55-24. It is tie-dye night by the Vinemont cheerleaders. Vinemont Lady Eagles will be in their white. Crowd kind of sparse. I mean, I hope everybody is safe now. We had the rain today. I hope everything as far as where you've had to come from, and same for Christian as far as traveling, because a lot of uncertainty and a lot of basketball games got postponed this evening. And under the rule by the Alabama High School Athletic Association, they are supposed to play an area game as soon as they can get it made up. That's why tomorrow area play Priceville at Good Hope, Brewer at West Point, and then Tuesday Decatur at Cullman.
Thankfully for us, Johnny, a non-event weather-wise. So just glad to be able to enjoy some basketball here tonight, and people have options for the weekend. We just hope that the weather isn't going to gladly pay us Tuesday for a nice day today. You know what I mean? Or Monday night.
Well, we got 4 games Monday in the Martin Luther King Classic scheduled at Wallace. We'll talk about that during our halftime report.
Johnny, I didn't know it was tie-dye night, and I might could have come through with a tie-dyed shirt for tonight. You've got your maize on.
That's, don't I?
In celebration of the Wolverines.
Yeah, celebrate. Yeah,
championship.
The
who's got it better than us?
Michigan is the national champion, but we're talking about Nick Saban's retirement.
Isn't that something?
We're going to discuss that a little bit. As a guy named DeBoer, who coached at Washington the last 2 years, is now getting a contract resolved. He's going to be the new coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. We'll talk about that a little bit later tonight during our broadcast. We're also going to talk about Wallace State basketball, because my friend brought his fine young ladies last night to Tom Drake and an opportunity to see them play. And we're excited about this. This is a big area game. Susan Moore, 6th this week in the 3A poll. We've got 3 local teams in the girls ranked. Good Open Coach Springs still number 2 in their respected class. And all of a sudden, hot West Point Lady Warriors with a 10-game winning streak, 7th this week in Class 5. We got to see them play last week, put on a good performance in their win against Russellville.
Yeah, they put on a bit of a clinic that night against Russellville, kind of showed them who's boss. And that's another team I've enjoyed watching progress through the years, and they've gotten more mature as time goes along. Still, a high ladder to climb when you got to play the Good Hope Lady Raiders, who's just a very dynamic basketball club. But West Point definitely impressed the other night. It's going to be a fun county tournament coming up in a few weeks, Johnny.
Carly Stevens, the jump center for Vinemont. Starting lineup Lady Eagles is Whitney Quick, Carly Stevens, Caroline Miller, Reagan Robinson, and Maggie Burks. Vinemont going to our right. We're just underway here. This 5A Area 13 game. We'll get the Susan Moore starters in just a moment. Susan Moore wearing black with purple. Susan Moore again, 14-3, 3-0 and 5-0 in area. 3-point shot taken and cleared by Vinemont. It was rebounded on the weak side. Here's Reagan Robinson from the top. Can't get the 3. Going to get a Loose ball foul called on Carly Stevens. The first foul of the game coming 30 seconds after the opening tap.
Yeah, Stevens out of position, just went over the back trying to get the offensive board. But one thing I liked out of that offensive set is they tried to go right at Susan Moore. And now Robinson with a big steal.
They get a steal, get a pass over to Caroline Miller, and Vinemont gets a 2-0 lead 40 seconds after the opening tap. Laney Smallwood front court now. Cisa Hernandez shoots the ball, miss. Rebound by Stevens, and Vinemont will push it up the floor. Susan Moore's got one senior. They got a young team. And we're going to get a rebound on the weak side. We're going to get a foul called on Susan Moore.
I was fixed to say, I thought they were going out of bounds at first. That's definitely a foul, John.
But the outside official called a foul, and it'll be Maggie Burks to the line to shoot two for the Vinemont Lady Eagles. That'll be Laney Smallwood with the foul. Laney Smallwood, a talented sophomore. Also starting for Vinemont this evening, for Susan Moore is Miley Butler, a freshman. Cisa Hernandez, a junior. Laney Smallwood, a sophomore. Mallory Holland, a freshman. And the only senior, Kirsten Ingham.
Wow.
Free throw 1 out of 2 made by Maggie Burks. 3-0 Vinemont. Susan Moore misses a shot. Another good rebound by Carly Stevens. Passes up in the front court. She'll handle it. Tight pressure that time by Susan Moore. Now to go baseline. And what we got? We got a blocking foul on the baseline. It's going to be charged on the Susan Moore senior, Kirsten Ingham. Susan Moore has 2 7th graders on the roster. They got 4 freshmen, 4 sophomores, 1 junior, and 1 senior. Inbound to Stevens. Up high to Whitney Quick. Right wing, Reagan Robinson. Shot on the way. That's a Garland Gudger Junior 3. And the Vinemont Lady Eagles are up to a 6-0 lead 90 seconds after the opening tap. Susan Moore gets the ball down the floor. Get it inside. Mallory Holland gets the Lady Bulldogs on the board. Took them about a minute 45 seconds. They're down 6-2.
Susan Moore very quick to get the basketball down the floor. Vinemont's got to be sharp defensively.
Whitney Quick missed a 3. Rebound inside. Saved by Maggie Burks and stolen out of her hands by Mallory Holland, the freshman. Her older sister now is playing ball down at Faulkner University in Montgomery. From the wing, up high, that is Mallory Holland, the freshman. Missed the shot. Long rebound, Whitney Quick. Drives right. Puts up a tough off-balance shot way off the glass and pulled down by Susan Moore. Outlet pass to Laney Smallwood. Goes to the right side. Off the glass and good for the talented sophomore. Cuts the margin to 6-4.
Quick's got to get herself together. I've seen her take several wild shots so far in this game.
Reagan Robinson, right side, left side, missed the shot. Easy opportunity. Vinemont can't score. Miley Butler rebounds down the floor. Smallwood to Holland. Shot is off the glass, and all of a sudden, Susan Moore has come back and tied the game at 6-0 with 5:10 to go first period.
Great pass from Ingram to Holland. Just unselfish basketball.
Good ball movement down the floor. Maggie Burke's first field goal to pass them quick. 8-6 Lady Eagles, 3 minutes into the game. Freshman Miley Butler driving on Caroline Miller. Missed the shot inside. Another freshman rebound. That is Mallory Holland, and she draws a Vinemont Eagle foul.
Holland doing a nice job away from the basketball. She's given up a little height down there to her counterpart there from Vinemont, but really just got a good wide stance, muscled her way through for that rebound, and now finds herself at the line with an opportunity.
Foul's on Caroline Miller, her first, Vinemont second. Free throw is good by the freshman Mallory Holland. She's a very talented young lady because, well, I got a scouting report about them this afternoon. Our consultant from Holly Pond, Mr. Burks, and I had a lengthy conversation talking about local basketball. We're tied at 8. Left baseline, floating jumper up and good by Reagan Robinson. Her second basket. Vinemont back in the lead at 10-8 at 4:35 in the first. Laney Smallwood, she's the left-hander of the Smallwood girls. Missed a short-range shot inside. Here's Whitney Quick with a rebound. Gets it in to Carly Stevens, goes left side off the glass, and it's good.
Really like that ball movement out there by the Lady Eagles. They've shown that several times down the floor, and on the other end, before that, Maggie Burks did a nice job, get up in the face of Smallwood to set
Ball
up
got
that
batted
transition
away. Picked up by Whitney Quick after the steal by Robinson. Crossover move. Shot inside. Miss. Stevens has it. Out to Reagan Robinson. Right side shoots a three. Air ball out of bounds. Lady Eagles with a 4-0 run to take the lead 12-8 in our Friday girls game of the week. Halfway in the first period from Vinemont Gymnasium. The Flash, Rich Jesse, our game side engineer, Christian Ballard, JR back making sure everything's going well in the studios at 214 First Avenue Southeast. Smallwood inside to Holland. Got a lot of time in the post. Put a move on Maggie Burks. And this freshman Holland now has 8 points of Susan Moore, and they're down 12-10.
Yeah, a little secret weapon, so to speak. We haven't watched him play, but Holland really owning things in the post.
We're going to get a timeout, nearly a Susan Moore steal, a timeout by Vinemont with 3.5 to go in the first. Lady Eagles 12, the Lady Bulldogs 10. Let's take a quick break. Back in 30 seconds with more basketball on WKUL FM.
Hospital Discount Pharmacy West is your community health mart pharmacy, independently owned. We honor prescriptions, including Medicare. Ty Brown and Heather Shiflett at Hospital Discount West have a personal commitment to this area, and they know nothing is more important than your family's well-being. Come in and talk to Kai or Heather. They'll explain what your medications are for and answer any questions you may have. Open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5:30 until noon on Saturday. Located on Highway 278 West in Cullman. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Off to a good start in this one. 3A Area 13. Vinemont Lady Eagles are leading. They get a pass on the far side. Miller got pushed from behind. That's going to be a foul charge to the senior, Kirsten Ingram, for Susan Moore. That'll be team foul number 3.
Really interested to see how the Lady Eagles are going to approach things. They've been very aggressive offensively, almost to a fault at times, Johnny. We've seen some shots put up that should not have been put up at all. So they may be a little more choosy in their shot selection. They could be up by 3 buckets here.
Maggie Burks, quick inside, pass towards Carly Stevens, knocked out of bounds. Susan Moore just substituted. Another of the Holland sisters. This is Allie. She's a sophomore in for the first time. Vinemont inbounds, up high. Whitney Quick gets it from Caroline Miller inside of Stevens. Baseline left. Caroline Miller, air ball to 3. And Hernandez got the rebound for Susan Moore. They're down 12-10 and 3 minutes remaining in the first period. Skip it up high to Mallory Holler in front of the top. Too strong on the 3. Long rebound for Whitney Quick. Then Quick nearly lost it. Robinson now gets away from a double team, pushes it up the floor. Drives right, throws up a shot. Not a good looking shot. Rebounded by Butler down the floor. Lady Smallwood with a pass over to Hernandez, and Hernandez gets in a tie game at 12.
Another ill-advised shot offensively out there for the Vinemont Lady Eagles, Johnny. And what they're doing when they're going down there and not passing the ball around, you see how quickly Susan Moore gets back. They score easily. Here they are again.
They get the ball down the floor, and they take the lead on the layup by Molly Butler after a Vinemont turnover. It's now a 6-0 run for the visitors from Blount County. Susan Moore 14-12 and 2:10 to play in the first. Baseline left. Miller drives inside. Off the rim. Missed. Laney Smallwood, the sophomore, up the floor. Ball got knocked out of bounds by one of the best defensive guards in county basketball, Reagan Robinson.
That's right. Great defensive player, as we stated. Very tenacious out there. Also handles the ball well, is an unselfish player. But I want to say offensively tonight, she's taken 3 shots. She's made 2 of them. And we talked about this earlier in the season. I want to see how she's developed as an offensive player. I'm pleased so far, Johnny.
Morgan Flanagan and Veda Yarborough in the game for the first time for Vinemont. Foul line area jumper is up and good by freshman Miley Butler, her second basket. It is 16-12. Susan Moore at 1:45 in the period. Driving left side, wide open, but she shot it off the back of the glass. A brick that time by Yarborough. Vinemont's missed several of those shots here. Susan Moore attacks. Smallwood goes inside, misses, gets her own rebound, puts it up in front of Burks, and jumper is up and good by the lefty.
That's what Smallwood will do with it. She attacks the basket. Nobody can stop her from making the shot. Sure, she missed him twice, but she got her own rebounds each time. She plays at a different level than most.
10 unanswered for Susan Moore. And now Maggie Burks with a Garland Gudger Jr. 3 from the top. Her first of the evening. has stopped the Susan Moore lead momentarily. It's 18-15. But there goes Butler driving right by Flanagan and Yarbrough. And that's the third basket for this freshman, Miley Butler, 20-15, Susan Moore.
This is quite the show by Susan Moore here late in the first period. They kind of keep rolling out different players to impress us, and we're beginning to see why they're so successful so far, Johnny.
Whitney Quick right side. Whitney Quick too strong on the three. Rebound inside. Pulled away by Hernandez. Ball is on the floor. Vinemont got it back. Flanagan had it stripped out of her hands, knocked out of bounds by Butler. And baseline for the Lady Eagles. 31 seconds to go in the first. Susan Moore 20, the Lady Eagles 15 from Vinemont Gymnasium. Again, the only game in the county tonight. We'll talk about that during our halftime report. Other games got moved to another evening. Shot got blocked by Susan Moore. They get the rebound, get an outlet pass to Mallory Holland. Butler down the floor. Fake, drive, off the glass. Oh, this young lady, a left-hander, a freshman, and a 22-15 Susan Moore lead. 10 seconds to go in the first.
Kind of a double clutch, no-look layup. What a nice move.
Robinson, baseline, airballed it. The Susan Moore Lady Bulldogs in the first period with a 14-3 run. They're on top of the Vinemont Lady Eagles, 22-15. We'll be back with the second period from Vinemont Gymnasium in 60 seconds. This is Prep Basketball on WKUL FM, WKUL.com.
Remember Happy Days? The Fonz and friends sitting at the soda fountain with ice cream, sodas, and shakes? Well, at Hansfield Drug, they still have the fountain with 16 different flavors and ice cream. And today would be the perfect day to go to Hansfield Drug. Have ice cream and soda with friends. Get your scripts filled or get your over-the-counter needs. The Fonz may not drop in, but we'll be there. Hansfield Drug on Commercial Street, serving from 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and until 2 on Saturday. We'll see you at Hansfield Drug.
Ball games, shopping with friends, wherever life takes you, on-the-go banking is a breeze with the Citizens Bank and Trust mobile app. Need to check your balance? Check. Deposit that birthday check? Snap. Click. Done. With our mobile app, there's no need to miss anything. From the latest technology to friendly bankers, you can count on Citizens to be there in a big way. Citizens Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Third-party fees for data, messaging, and internet may apply.
A very talented but a young team from Bluntsville, Susan Moore Lady Bulldogs, as they start a freshman, a junior, a sophomore, a freshman, and a senior. And they're up on Vinemont Lady Eagles, 22-15, second period underway. And from the top, Garland Gudger, junior three. First of the night for Susan Moore from the lefty, Lainey Smallwood.
Great job, a little catch and shoot off a screen on the wing. Beautiful job, well drawn up by Susan Moore.
Vinemont can't answer. Whitney Quick's three rattled out, taken down by Cecil Hernandez. Smallwood has it. Here's the sharpshooter of the ball game and can get the 3 day to get a rebound inside by Holland. Pass in the paint, and we're going to get a foul on Vinemont. Talking about Miley Butler, a freshman. She came out smoking with 4 field goals in the first 8 minutes. The other freshman, Mallory Holland, with 8 points in the first period. So that's 16 of the 22. 72% of the scoring early from a couple of freshmen. Free throws up and good for their only senior for Susan Moore. That is Kirsten Ingram. Vinemont foul was on Veda Yarbrough, her first, the first foul, Lady Eagles second period. Bounces up and all of a sudden, Susan Moore has lit it up there on a 19-3 run after they were down 12-8, 27-15 and early in the second period. Ball got knocked away, stolen by Smallwood. Left-handed pass up the floor. Hernandez lays it up off the glass and good for 2.
I'll reiterate again how quick the Susan Moore Lady Bulldogs are getting back offensively. It's been very dangerous and part of the reason
we
they're
get a
14.
kick ball by Butler at the top outside the three-point circle. Just over a minute into the second period, our first of 2 this evening. The Vinemont Eagles, Susan Moore Bulldogs coming up. Pass got intercepted. Laney Smallwood lays it up and in, and Susan Moore now is off and running, up 31-15 in early second period.
And that play right there is just a microcosm of the universe the Lady Eagles are living with here tonight. Susan Moore just quicker, faster, and crisper.
They go to the left side. Driving inside is Morgan Flanagan. She got fouled. In the game for the first time for Coach Brown is the sophomore Addison Holcomb. Flanagan will shoot two, so it's Flanagan, Yarbrough, Holcomb, Quick, and Miller. Free throw bounces up and goes through. So the first point of the night for a young lady that's her game has gotten much better this season, junior Morgan Flanagan. Second shot, nothing but net. Vinemont on the board first time, second period, down 31-17. We haven't even played 90 seconds of period two. Smallwood, Hernandez, back to Smallwood, right side, left-handed shot, missed a three. Good rebound for Addison Holcomb down the floor to Caroline Miller. Miller draws a double team. Holcomb, Yarbrough, pump fake, goes up, short, got it back, tries it again, and drops it in for two.
Great ball movement, and then she gives a little double clutch, gets her defender out of the way, misses the shot, follows, gets her own rebound, put back. Nice job by that young lady.
Back-to-back points scored by Morgan Flanagan. It is 31-19. From the top, three is missed. Rebound, Hernandez drives. Had it partially blocked by Quick, taken away by Holcomb. And here's sophomore Whitney Quick going to dribble drive inside. And that ball got knocked out of bounds. She tried to force something right there. She was way off balance. And lucky somebody in a dark jersey put her hand on it and knocked it out of play.
Yeah, she's going to get to take a seat. Probably needs to get her head back in the game. We've seen some
inbounding would be Caroline Miller,
there.
baseline right. Out to Flanagan from the left side. Missed the three. Rebound taken away by Mallory Holland for the Lady Bulldogs. Drives right, gets it out of traffic. Skips it over this side to Ingram. The senior for Susan Moore can't get the three. Rebound right into the hands of Flanagan for the Lady Eagles. Here's Caroline Miller. Skip pass. Yarbrough, long range shot, can't get the three. Vinemont not shooting well from outside tonight. Early second period, Susan Moore leading the Lady Eagles 31-19. Here's Laney Smallwood. Last year she hit 7 of those. That is her second of this game. She's got an 8-point second quarter, 34-19, the Lady Bulldogs with 5 minutes left in the half.
Very confident player. You just kind of hold your breath when she has the basketball if you're Vinemont.
Robinson shot inside, miss. Here's Smallwood, rebound. She's a lefty. Her older sister now at Montevallo was the righty of the two sisters. Their mother happens to be the head coach, Natasha Smallwood. She dribbles left, spins. Good defense by Yarbrough. Baseline Butler drives, goes up. Shot came out. She got the rebound. She beat a couple of Vinemont defenders to the ball.
You got to guard her.
Yeah, I like this young lady. Miley Butler, another outstanding freshman. Smallwood got a screen from Hernandez. 18-footer short. Rebound cleared away by Veda Yarbrough for Vinemont. Reagan Robinson. Flanagan going to drive right, going to drive, take it all the way and score. And again, I've been impressed about this young lady, Morgan Flanagan, having a very good junior season in a reserve role for Vinemont.
Yeah, you're not the only one that's impressed. I've been impressed with how much confidence she's had. But on that particular possession, Johnny, she gave up on the three-pointer, did the head fake, headed right to the basket for a higher percentage shot. Just a smart move by that young lady. But a lot of confidence coming out of her tonight. They're going to need that tonight and down the stretch.
Susan Moore leads the Lady Eagles 34-21 with over 4 minutes to go in the second period. A quick break. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more basketball on WKUL FM.
Hospital Discount Pharmacy West is your community health mart pharmacy, independently owned. We honor prescriptions, including Medicare. Kai Brown and Heather Shiflett at Hospital Discount West have a personal commitment to this area, and they know nothing is more important than your family's well-being. Come in and talk to Kai or Heather. They'll explain what your medications are for and answer any questions you may have. Open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5:30 until noon on Saturday. Located on Highway 278 West in Cullman. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
We're almost halfway in the second period. Susan Moore Lady Bulldogs 34, Vinemont Lady Eagles 21. Susan Moore already, Rich Jesse, with a total of 15 made shots on this evening, and 2 of them are Garland Gudger Jr. threes.
Now, somewhere along the last part of the first period. They opened up their can, and it is not closed.
They were down 12-8. They went on a 14-3 run to take a 22-15 advantage into the second period. They get it on the right wing, get a long-range shot from Allie Holland, the sophomore. Misfired. Rebound Vinemont up the floor. Reagan Robinson had it partially blocked. But what happened, the other Holland, this is Mallory, she went out of bounds right in front of press row. A bunch of camera people down there and media people in that corner come back in, but that's a violation.
It's darn media people. Can't live with them.
Carly Stevens back inside and handed up. Reagan Robinson went too far under. It's out of bounds. It's off of Vinemont. It was a good shot, but her body was underneath the basket when she released it.
Yeah, and that's another one. I've been impressed with her confidence and what she wants to do offensively, but at times it's just not been there.
Robinson has become more of a scorer that she needs to be because other than her ability as a defender and a rebounder.
Well,
there's a steal by Caroline Miller. Holcomb, Robinson, right side Miller, pulls up, 15-foot jumper, short. Rebound by Smallwood. She's down the floor in a hurry for Susan Moore. A fake inside, missed the shot. Ball got tapped. Loose ball. Robinson has it for the Lady Eagles. She'll dribble right, go up. Smallwood got part of the ball on a block shot, and we're going to get a accidental foul on Addison Holcomb for unintentional undercut. And that'll be team foul number 2 for Vinemont here. 2:45 to go in the second. They're down 34-21.
You know, going back to Reagan Robinson, that's kind of what I expected to see from her as she continues to mature as a player, is being more of an offensive threat. Because I remember when her mother was playing here at Vinemont, she was probably 90% of the offense here for the Vinemont Lady Eagles.
One of the 7th graders in for the first time for Susan Moore. This is Kendall Gray. Vinemont gets a steal by Carly Stevens. Lady Eagles have 2 field goals this period. They've been outscored in the second, 12-6. They'll go baseline. Hawkins going to take a long-range shot, bounce it off the rim, bounces a couple of times, right into the hands of the freshman, Miley Butler for Susan Moore. Up to Smallwood, throws that left-handed pass to get it to the right side, can't get the 3. Long rebound, run down by Butler, open, shot on the way, missed. Rebound on this side, taken down by Holland. She got fouled from behind.
Tough break. You know, they're trying to play a little 1-3-1 defense, but it is doing nothing to help with defensive rebounds for the Vinemont Lady Eagles. They're giving up second chance and third chance opportunities. That should not be happening.
Second foul on Caroline Miller, 3rd in the period for Vinemont. Burks is back in, quick returns as Flanagan and Holcomb head to the sidelines. Holland 0 for 1 from the line, 0 for 2 from the line. Maggie Burks pulls it down, Lady Eagles. A chance to try to get it within 10 points here with less than 2 minutes to go in the half. Carly Stevens flips it inside. Reagan Robinson to the glass. Good give and go between those two. And Robinson 7-point, 34-23.
Very nicely drawn up, high post, give and go, as you stated, Johnny, and just a great finish by Robinson.
Laney Smallwood, left side. Backs it out now to Allie Holland. After one-on-one against Veda Yarbrough. Yarbrough, a sophomore off the bench. Butler drives inside. Yes, right in front of Maggie Burks and Carly Stevens. That's 5 field goals, 10 points for the freshman for Susan Moore.
Yeah, just more of the trouble that Susan Moore, the Lady Bulldogs, bring. You try to focus on Smallwood, and they'll beat you 2 or 3, maybe
Shot is
4
missed, close range by Stevens. Up the floor, outlet pass to Butler. Drives on Reagan Robinson. And the ball got blocked from behind. The rebound followed up and good by Mallory Holland. Holland, the freshman, their first basket in the second. 38-23 Lady Bulldogs. Less than a minute to go until halftime.
Another second chance opportunity for the Lady Bulldogs. They take advantage of it. Vinemont's got to get some rebounds.
Whitney Quick, right side, off the rim. Rebound taken by Susan Moore by Butler. Puts a move on Robinson. Smallwood this side, long range shot. Won't go. Ball is out of bounds. It goes to the Vinemont Lady Eagles.
Good job by Quick coming back in the game. She didn't make the shot. She attempted a good shot earlier, came down, played good zone defense, got in Smallwood's face, helps make her miss the shot. Looking for some better play from Quick down the stretch in this ball game.
Kirsten Ingram back in for the Lady Bulldogs. Vinemont with possession. Half a minute to go in the second. Need a basket here. They're down by 15, 38-23. Go over the top. Maggie Burch. Double clutch. Misses. Tries again. Miss. And somebody in a black jersey with white numerals push. It's going to be 23. That's the seventh grader, Kendall Gray, with her first foul tonight.
I should have thought that was going to go on Holland. Nevertheless, good job by Burks. Got her own rebound, tried to put it back up, and gives her an opportunity here at the charity stripe.
Maggie Burch, free throw, her seventh point of the evening. First point in the second period for the only senior for Vinemont. Second shot, bounces around, miss. Pulled down by Mallory Holland. Down to 15 seconds here in the second. Mallory Holland up high, drives right, tries to drive on Yarbrough, and Yarbrough got it with the body. That'll give the freshman, Mallory Holland, a chance to go back to the free throw line. She is 2 out of 4.
Holland, a smart player, smart post player. Looks like she's playing a 4 here tonight. Could very well play the 3 the way she was able to move with the basketball down the right side of the lane. Athletic player and of good size as well.
The Holland sisters have an older sister that played at Susan Moore, now playing down at Faulkner University in Montgomery. And that's a very good group of people. The Hollands and the Smallwoods, 40-24. Susan Moore leading, final seconds of the period. Reagan Robinson drives right, missed a shot. And the Susan Moore Lady Bulldogs will take a 16-point lead into the locker room here at halftime. Our game of the week score at intermission, the Susan Moore Lady Bulldogs 40, the Vinemont Lady Eagles 24. Our halftime report will be coming up after this 2-minute break here. You're listening to local basketball on 92.1 FM and WKUL.com.
Hospital Discount Pharmacy West is your community health mart pharmacy, independently owned. We honor prescriptions, including Medicare. Kai Brown and Heather Shiflett at Hospital Discount West have a personal commitment to this area, and they know nothing is more important than your family's well-being. Come in and talk to Kai or Heather. They'll explain what your medications are for and answer any questions you may have. Open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5:30 until noon on Saturday. Located on Highway 278 West in Cullman. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
I'm Kathy Sims. I want to share something close to my heart. So let's get serious. I love my job and helping families. That is so important. However, seeing the pain of those who have lost a loved one, but then seeing the joy of families when I deliver that life insurance check. I hear so many sad stories when people did not take the time to protect their loved one or read the real fine print in their life insurance policy. Why don't you let me help you review your policy and see what you really have or do not have and see what you need to do to protect your loved one. At Alpha, we have a policy for all ages, no matter what your health condition is. Give me a call at 256-507-2548 or stop by my office on Highway 157 in Cullman. It doesn't cost anything to discuss it.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but you don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solution for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Turn to your local Carrier expert. And that's Richard Electric, located at 4138 Highway 157 Northeast in Cullman. Call Barrett Richard for an appointment, 256-734-1791 today.
Halftime from our girls' game of the week on this Friday evening, the Susan Moore Lady Bulldogs. They had a very strong late first period, good second period, 40-24. They lead the Vinemont Lady Eagles at halftime. We'll get back to this game in just a moment. Let's talk about games that were scheduled to play this evening, but was a concern about the possibility of severe weather coming in from the west. Well, the Morgan County school system last night told their teams you're not going to be playing Friday basketball in Cullman County, as Pridesville and Good Hope were postponed till Saturday afternoon at 12 and 1:30. Brewer at West Point postponed. Girls will play tomorrow at 2:30. And the varsity will play at 4. Then another team, but up in the city school system, Decatur, they and Cullman not playing tonight. They have rescheduled for Tuesday. Girls game at 6, the varsity game at 7:30. Tuesday night, the Lady Bearcats are going to recognize recent 1,000-point scorer, point guard Allie Sharp.
Well, she comes from great basketball stock, and there'll be a lot more points scored before she's done.
Well, last night, the Wallace State Lady Lions and Lions took on their arch rival from Decatur, Calhoun, at Tom Drake Coliseum, and my colleague and good friend brought his family down there, and he got to see the Lady Lions with 90 points. He got to see the first half of the Lions victory. They had 40 at halftime. Lady Lions 90-70 last night over Calhoun. 90-72. The Lions beating the Calhoun Warhawks. I kidded with Coach Sharp afterwards. If they didn't allow that final basket in the closing seconds, I'd had a couple of 90-70 finals.
It was some good basketball to watch. My children, they love going to the Drake there, and it's like a big playground. You get to watch basketball and this great, beautiful space for sports, and just very thankful to be able to go and enjoy some Wallace State basketball. Lady Lions, though, exceptional performance, especially by Amaria Grant coming out of North Alabama. Johnny, not only did she throw in 30-some-odd points 31-some-odd points. I wasn't keeping up with assists, but it had to be close to a double-double. She was smoking on fire.
Amari's a sophomore. She played at Bob Jones up in that area. She's the second leading scorer on the team. The top leading scorer happens to be a local Cullman Bearcat, Jaden Winfrey. She had 21 last night. Jaden currently ranks third in the conference in scoring, averaging 16 points a game.
And Jaden Winfrey, she goes out there. She's very much like Reagan Robinson. She hustles. She plays defense. She's all business out there, Johnny. And out on the concourses where the tracks are at Tom Drake Coliseum, if you've never been there, they have photographs of the players in action, okay? So my youngest child looked at me last night. She saw her face up there making a shot. She goes, why is she making that face? I said, because she means business. And that's exactly what kind of player she is. It's no laughs. It's a lot of fun, but when she's out there.
And another Cullman Bearcats, they used to play with JR's niece, Reagan Quattlebaum, Ella Cullum, freshman. Ella Cullum, 14 points last night. She hit 4 threes. She ranks third in conference three-point percentage at 42%. Left-hander. She's had a very good season. This ball club, Lady Lions, are 14-3, second place in Division I at 2-1. They'll be playing Sunday at 2:00 against Coastal Alabama from Bay Minette in the conference game.
Well, an unselfish set of young ladies, a lot of fun to watch, and a good victory over a good basketball team last night for the men, as I saw some of that too. Also, they've overcome a lot of strongholds this year with some injuries.
Well, they had one of their starting guards was out with the flu last night. That was a young man. I forget his name now. I need a roster. But anyway, you got to see the first half. I think you were probably impressed with a couple of guys. Number 3 is Jimmy Williams, who is from Cleveland, Ohio. He finished with 24. He may be the best player on that team for Coach Sharp.
Well, you don't come from Cleveland without to Hanceville, Alabama, without a resume.
And then the other one, he wears number 12. His name is Jalen Anglin. He is from Jackson, Tennessee.
Yes, and I remember some plays by
he
that
had
some good guard play out of
second half. He had 17 points. He hit 3 threes in the second half. There's a young man who wore number 10. He's a lefty. His name is KJ Anderson, prepped at Dessler High School.
Now that's a training ground for a lot of great basketball players, men and women alike, in Northwest Alabama there, Johnny.
The Wallace State basketball Sunday, Lady Lions at 2, Lions at 4 against Coastal Alabama South from Tom Drake Coliseum. At halftime, the Susan Moore Lady Bulldogs 40, Vinemont Lady Eagles 20. Let's take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with the third period right after this. Prep basketball on WKUL FM, WKUL.com.
Hi, I'm Will Harding with First South Farm Credit in Cullman. If you're in the market for land, you want a lender who can give you options. At First South, we understand what it means to own your own piece of land, and we've been helping farmers and landowners do just that for over 100 years. Whether it's a hunting camp or just a place out in the country, First South can offer terms out to 30 years with competitive rates. So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing land and would like to know your options, call any of our loan officers at 256-734-0133, or you can find us online at firstsouthland.com. First South is how you buy land.
Have you been looking for a way to become healthier and more energized? Look no further than Wendy's Health and Nutrition. At Wendy's, you'll find a wide selection of vitamins and supplements to get your health back on track. From multivitamins to omega-3 fatty acids, Wendy's has the right nutrients to help you reach your goals. Plus, our knowledgeable staff can help you find the perfect solution for your needs. Visit Wendy's Health and Nutrition today and start feeling your best. Wendy's Health and Nutrition, located at 1601 First Avenue Southwest, or by calling 256-739-2110.
So let's get serious. I love my job and helping families. That is so important. However, seeing the pain of those who have lost a loved one, but then seeing the joy of families when I deliver that life insurance check. I hear so many sad stories when people did not take the time to protect their loved one or read the real fine print in their life insurance policy. Why don't you let me help you review your policy and see what you really have or do not have, and see what you need to do to protect your loved one? At Alpha, we have a policy for all ages, no matter what your health condition is. Give me a call at 256-507-2548 or stop by my office on Highway 157 in Cullman. It doesn't cost anything to discuss it.
So much calmer than it was earlier today, especially my friend here to my left, Rich Jesse, about in Birmingham for your job there, and I guess had to motor around the windy interstate to get to your home and then trek it up here in the Cullman County.
It was a long trek. It wasn't especially treacherous in any way, thankfully. Weather seemed to be a non-event, at least for the time that I was spending at work. But just thankful to be here tonight and that this one was not canceled. And, what started out as a pretty good ball game was owned by the Lady Bulldogs of Susan Moore in the second period. So Lady Eagles got to make some noise here early in the second half to have a shot.
Susan Moore has outscored Vinemont in field goal 16-7. They had 11 in the first period when they went on that 14-3 run and get the lead. Vinemont starts the second, turns the ball over. Susan Moore going to her left. They'll get it down the floor. Hernandez off the glass and good. And now Susan Moore is up 42-24. Largest lead of the ball game. This is 3A Area 13. Susan Moore trying to go 6-0. Vinemont with a 3-1 record. Caroline Miller up the top, missed the shot. Ball was going to go out of bounds. Maggie Birch could not get to it quickly. So right now, these are the top two teams. The other two teams, J.B. Pennington's 9-7, 1-3 in the area, and Brindley Mountain is 3-9, 0-4 in area play. Laney Smallwood up high to Hernandez. Smallwood's got a dozen. They got 3 in double digits. Ball got knocked around, recovered by Smallwood, goes down low. Wide open is Hernandez. Is up and good. Her fourth field goal. And now a 20-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs, 44-24, 1 minute into the third.
She was so wide open back there on the back porch, she could have done the wash and dried it up, Johnny. My goodness.
Reagan Robinson skips it over to Maggie Burks. Right wing to Caroline Miller, inside to Stevens. Wide open, Whitney Quick. Left side, catch, shoot, missed the 3. Ingham got the rebound away. And then Reagan Robinson, with that defensive tenacity, forced Ingham to step out of bounds.
Yeah, she sure did. And her wingspan, for someone who's not exceptionally tall, she's got big wingspan and a great defender, forced that turnover.
This is a positive what I want to describe about Reagan Robinson. She played tenacity basketball like a Tasmanian devil. Missed a shot inside, taken away by the very talented Laney Smallwood for Susan Moore. Up the floor to the fab freshman Butler. She had a great first half with a total 10 points. They miss a shot. Robinson rebounds. Caroline Miller puts up a difficult shot from left to right, floats it up, and good for 2.
Good to see from Miller, who's had some opportunities here tonight and just couldn't get the ball to fall much, but good job there.
44-26. Susan Moore moves the ball around quickly. They'll take a long-range shot. Long rebound chased down by Carly Stevens. Whitney Quick. Nearly stolen by Butler. Recovered by Susan Moore, by Vinemont. Robinson. Ball got tapped out of her hands to Laney Smallwood. Last year, Smallwood come up here, put 32 on the board. 7 of them were threes. And Susan Moore won handily. Right now they're up 44-26, but 5:40 to go in the third. They get it on the low post, back it out. Foul line area. Butler pulls back, puts up a jumper right in front of Carly Stevens. Swish.
Stevens has got to put another step into that and go defend it. You can't leave somebody alone out there near the foul line. I mean, they let people have it easy taking free throws. That was almost easier than that.
46-26. A dozen, I'm going to call her a fab freshman, Miley Butler. I said, I've seen her this first time this year. Of course, they've got 4 freshmen, 2 7th graders, 4 sophomores, 1 junior, and 1 senior. And they're 14-3, number 6 in the rankings.
Certainly have impressed so far here tonight.
Foul is charged to Hernandez. A long-range shot missed by Caroline Miller, taken away by a freshman, Mallory Holland. At the foul line, pulls up, jumper, bounces up and in.
One of my favorite shots on the floor, just right there around the foul line. She dribbled, took a step over to square up. Easy look. Good finish.
1 under 5 to go in the third. 48-26. The Lady Bulldogs, after a slow start, they have outscored Vinemont 30-14. They were down 12-8. Maggie Burks got it down low, off the rim, couldn't get it to drop. Mallory Holland clears, outlet pass down the floor. Hernandez shot in the lane short. Good rebound by Addison Holcomb. Outlet pass Reagan Robinson. Bounce pass over to Miller. Vinemont can't score in transition. They get it to Maggie Burks. She'll muscle her way up and score her first basket of the third. 9 points for Burks, 48-28.
Got to give a lot of credit to Robinson, who led the break down the floor, gave up the pass initially. Teammate misses the shot. She gets the rebound and then give her the assist as Burks finishes.
Shot missed by Smallwood. Down the floor. Burks can't score. Holcomb saved it, but right to Susan Moore. Mallory Holland, a freshman, being chased by Caroline Miller. A steal by Whitney Quick, and she threw it away, recovered in backcourt by Butler. Miley Butler at the top. A very talented and a young team with only 1 senior, 1 junior, and everything else. 7th graders, freshmen, and sophomores. Holland from the top. Can't get the shot. Rebound taken away by Susan Moore, and Smallwood scores for the first time in the third period, 14 for the lefty.
More nice offensive rebound for the Lady Bulldogs. Vinemont's got to lock out better.
Oh, what a beautiful give and go from Holcomb. Reagan Robinson puts it up and in, and Vinemont calls time. They're down 50-30 with 3:17 to go in the third period. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll return in 30 seconds with more prep basketball on WKUL FM, WKUL.com.
At Premier Bank, we want to be your bank. Hi, this is Jay Mullins with Premier Bank. We have offices in Cullman, Good Hope, Addison, Eva, Vinemont, and Madison. Many people today believe every bank is about the same. But at Premier Bank, we believe every customer is special. We work hard to make sure every day our customers receive the best possible service with state-of-the-art banking products. We want to be your bank at Premier Bank. Call us today at 737-9900. Premier Bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Well, coming up Saturday, 5 p.m., Neville Arena. Undefeated SEC, the Auburn Tigers, and that team called Big Rod says Loose Shoes University.
One of my least favorites.
I don't know who's coaching LSU now after that guy that got him in trouble. But we got the Tigers and the Tigers.
Well, I can tell you it's not John Brady, and he won't be standing on top of the table.
It's a violation guy.
Right. No, it's not.
And it's not Dale Brown. I love Dale Brown.
Dale Brown was
quite
the character. Auburn should win that tomorrow night and would be fun. Would love to catch a game down there in Neville.
Auburn basketball at 5 o'clock tomorrow on WKUL. Rare turnover, Susan Moore. They throw it away. Again, you want to see some good basketball locally on Sunday, collegiately. Wallace State Lady Lions and Lions against Coastal South out of Bay Minette, 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. We should be able to get those games in. Then we start wondering about something called the weather on Monday. We got the MLK Classic at Wallace State. We'll talk about that a little bit later in this broadcast. We got 4 games, got some good matchups coming up on Martin Luther King Day if we get to play them. Reagan Robinson left side. Ball got deflected. Stolen by Smallwood with help from the official because he was in play. Smallwood missed the shot. A rebound and a foul. The follow not good by Ingram, but the foul on Whitney Quick.
Great
The
defensive
official
effort.
kept that play alive because he was actually in the way for Susan Moore.
It was, and you could just see the frustration in Robinson, and that's kind of the frustration that comes with playing against a player like Lanny Smallwood, who never, ever stops. And they're both players, Smallwood and then also Robinson for Vinemont. They're both the kind of, boot and suspenders kind of players. They're going to bring their lunch pail to work. But Smallwood, just so talented. She will wear on you mentally after a while.
Well, Susan Moore has been very successful for several years. A couple of years ago, they won a regional at Wallace. Last year, they played at Jacksonville. That's where they'll be this year to qualify. As the ball got kicked out of bounds by Mallory Holland. 14 wins, 3 losses, 5-0 in the area. They ranked 6th this week. The number 1 team in 3A girls is undefeated, and I've seen them play. I saw them play recently at Bearcat Arena, Lauderdale County.
We've seen them year after year in the regional tournament. Always a force to be reckoned with.
Flanagan lets a 3 go. Missed, taken away by Smallwood. She got doubled up by Robinson and Quick. She'll bring it in the front court under 2 minutes to go in the third. Mallory Holland's going to take a long shot and a rebound by Flanagan for Vinemont. They're down 52-30. And a rare backcourt foul on Laney Smallwood. Again, the left-hander, her older sister, Callie, a freshman at the University of Montevallo, playing for a good friend of mine, Coach Gary Van Adam. They're in the Gulf South Conference, NCAA Division II.
Well, and Smallwood, the younger, Lanny Smallwood, I dare say she's just as talented as her sister and may have a higher ceiling considering what class she is in now.
Vinemont missed a 3. Then we get a steal for Flanagan, and we're going to get a foul on Susan Moore, young lady wearing number 10. I don't have her on my roster. Sorry about that. Baseline for Vinemont.
A lot of that depth, a lot of fresh faces coming in for Susan Moore now, up by 22.
Victoria Cauldron, a sophomore, in the post in for the Lady Bulldogs. Coach Natasha Smallwood working the sidelines to our right. Coach James Brown for Vinemont. Right below us, we're high above. Myself, Rich Tessie, and our engineer, game side engineer, Kristen Ballard. JR back in the studio monitoring the latest. I guess he's having continuous conversations with JP Dice.
Oh, okay.
The Susan Moore foul. And that's the first point of the night, Rich. Just didn't realize that was the first point for Whitney Quick. He has not been at one of her better opportunities.
No, but the effort has been there, and that's half the battle, so to speak. So now she's found herself with points.
Gets a couple of free throws. It's 52-32. Susan Moore missed a 3, and ball got knocked out of bounds. We got 1:08 to go here in the third. We got the Vinemont Eagles and the Susan Moore Bulldogs coming up. A week from tonight, if everything stays intact, we're going to go to Lane Horton Gym. We're going to have Hansville and Adiana next week.
All right. Sounds like it could be a barn burner.
Yep. 2 good games next week. Speaking of Hansville, they're playing tonight in Atala at Etowah High School. We get a tie-up between Maggie Burke, or we get a timeout. Possession, I believe, goes to Vinemont. Burke's got a tie-up. Caroline Miller will come back in for the Lady Eagles.
How many times in your life have you heard it referred
She'll
to?
replace Whitney Quick. So you got Robinson, Miller, Burks, Holcomb, and Flanagan in the final 45 seconds of the third, down 52-32.
How many times in your life have you heard Etowah referred to as Eddie-Wah, Johnny Thornton?
Numerously. Caroline Miller inside of Holcomb. Catch, shoot, up and good with the left hand.
Really love that play right there. Wish we could have seen some more of that throughout the night, but they worked the triangle well. Nice job by the Lady Eagles.
Courtside High School, the home of now former Auburn assistant coach Cadillac Williams.
Patrick Nix, Freddie Kitchens, to name a few, right? Patrick Nix, Freddie Kitchens, just to name a few.
Yeah.
But specifically, yes,
absolutely.
Carnell.
Pass got intercepted by Susan Moore. Allie Holland. Final second, plays it up and in. And the Lady Bulldogs will go to the final period of play, leading the Vinemont Lady Eagles 54-34. We're back with the fourth period from Vinemont Gym in 60 seconds here on WKUL FM, WKUL.com.
Are you in the market for a new home? Talk to Walker Brothers. Are you in the market for a remodeling job? Talk to Walker Brothers. Or maybe you are a do-it-yourselfer. Talk to Walker Brothers about all the tools and materials you will need. Walker Brothers has been helping you with all of your building materials for a very long time, even before Tim, Terry, or even Alan were born. So for any or all of your building needs, flooring, lighting, plumbing, Walker Brothers can do it or supply you with all the tools. Walker Brothers, Highway 69 North in downtown Baileyton. Want to make your home a more comfortable place, but you don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solution for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Turn to your local Carrier expert. And that's Richard Electric, located at 4138 Highway 157 Northeast in Cullman. Call Barrett Richard for an appointment, 256-734-1791 today.
Our game's leading scorers for the Vinemont Lady Eagles, a couple of at 9, Reagan Robinson and Maggie Burks. For the Susan Moore Lady Bulldogs, 14 from Laney Smallwood, a dozen by Mallory Holland, and a dozen by the freshman Miley Butler. Susan Moore starts the final period of play with a 20-point lead, and they add to it, get the ball inside. And the first basket of the night for Cauldron, a sophomore, and now it's 56-34, the biggest lead of the evening for the team out of the Bronxville area.
Smallwood just weaved her way through the zone, got there in the lane, made a little no-look pass to the left to set up her teammate.
Maggie Burks from up high. Maggie Burks airballed it, saved by Flanagan, but she was on the baseline according to the baseline official. That's Rich Jesse, the Flash, game site engineer Christian Ballard, Vinemont Gymnasium. The only games in town tonight in Cullman County. Everybody else took a night off after the possibility of some strong weather that never really materialized. Thank goodness for that. Cauldron trying to score a second time in a row. Can't get the shot. Rebound clear by Vinemont. Maggie Burks up the floor to Flanagan. Going to dribble drive inside. They're going to say she traveled. I'm not sure if she traveled. She ran into Miley Butler and got a tie-up, but it say travel before the held ball.
Whatever the official says goes.
Not a lot of ball game. Nothing tonight in Morgan County. I'm not sure about Winston County. Fairview's supposed to play at Gunnersville, and Hansel is at Etowah tonight. That's area play. Ball got knocked out of bounds. Here's Yarbrough, Quick, and Stevens in for the Lady Eagles, replacing Robinson, Miller, and Burks. Susan Moore inbounds. Butler outside the three-point circle up high. Right wing, Smallwood. Right side with the left hand. Missed the shot. And loose ball. It's out of bounds off of Vinemont. Susan Moore about to punch her ticket as the number one seed in the area tournament takes place in February. That is Class 3A Area 13. As they're about to sweep Vinemont, they have gotten sweeps against Brindley Mountain and J.B. Pennington. Shot is up and good. Basket by Ingram. It is 58-34. Vinemont has got J.B. Pennington left in area play, trying to get the number 2 seed. Good pass inside. Quick to Holcomb, and Holcomb with the left hand drops it in for 2.
Well, great finish by Holcomb, but good job by Quick, finding ways to contribute in this game where she can't get involved offensively.
Baseline shot up and good. Left side by Mallory Holland. Holland now with 14. She's got 14. Smallwood's got 14. Butler's got a dozen. Susan Moore 60. Vinemont has 36. Whitney Quick to the top. Trying to drive on that talented freshman, Miley Butler. Ball got stripped. Butler picks it up. Outlet pass. Laney Smallwood, left hand, lays it in for 2.
Yeah, just too easy for Smallwood there. Nobody near her, and she's left-handed already. So that one's about 99 out of 100 times that one's going to go in.
5.5 minutes to go, and another pass. Yarbrough has it intercepted. A basket, a push, and Laney Smallwood adds to their scoring total now with a chance at a three-point play, and that now makes it a 28-point game. Another basket, and we can have a hot clock for the final 5.5 minutes here from Vinemont Gym.
Well, Lady Eagles are going to need it. Unfortunately for them, they started off pretty nicely, but
played well in the first period until Susan Moore went on that 14-3 run to end the quarter. Free throw is missed. It's out of bounds. It goes to Vinemont.
Yeah, it's easy to see what Susan Moore will do to you. I mean, they make you feel like you have a bit of a chance, but they play good defense, and they get back so quickly. You know, you miss a couple shots, and the next thing you know, Susan Moore's right back in it, even though you're up by 6. So
they play a very tough schedule as far as the competition they play out of the Blount County area. Nice drive to the basket. Too strong that time by Flanagan. Kept alive by Holcomb. Morgan Flanagan left side misses. Ball got tapped around. Whitney Quick picked it up. Over to Yarbrough, and Vinemont got a basket because they kept scrambling and kept the ball active and got the basket on a putback.
Well, and you like to see that, Johnny, especially at this point, trailing by 26, still giving a lot of effort, and you definitely want that out of your team.
64-38, Susan Moore, and 4:45 remaining. They go baseline right. 7th grader Gray missed a three. Good rebound by Stevens and had it knocked out of her hands, and a foul on the visitors from Blount County. Foul's going to be charged to Kendall Gray, a 7th grader. Gray's a 7th grader. Campbell Loftus is a 7th grader. The freshman, Mallory Holland, Molly Butler, Rafaela Youssef, and Jesselinady Melendez.
Nice job, Johnny.
Not easy to say, I know. Carly Stevens dribbles left. Tough shot inside. And Susan Moore gets a foul. The foul is on Tamia Woody. She is a sophomore. So Coach Smallwood able to go well into her bench with 4:20 to play in the game, and they're leading 64-38. Carly Stevens at the line. That one, the rim was contra. It had enough oomph in it to get it and drop through for a third point of the ball game. The hard-working junior shoots it up into the moon. Missed the shot. Rebound by Yarbrough, her teammate. Get a pass down to Holcomb. Got pushed from behind, but great hustle between, like I talked about in the pregame, was about Yarbrough, Holcomb, and Flanagan. Those are 3 young ladies off the bench that gives this team some quality depth.
That's right. Now, that play right there, you saw it, Johnny. Quick passes, gives them an opportunity here at the line. And you just like to see this with a little more consistency out of the Lady Eagles.
Back in the game for Vinemont is Caroline Miller replacing Veda Yarbrough, is getting a conversation from Coach Brown. Free throws made by Holcomb. She's got half a dozen. Vinemont down 64-41 and 4:10 to go. Shot got blocked on the baseline by Carly Stevens. Rebound kept alive by Woody for the Lady Bulldogs. Bounce pass left side to Gray, a 7th grader. Tight defense by Carly Stevens. Now to Woody, a sophomore. Ball movement for Susan Moore. About to go 15-3 on the season. Take a long shot. Miss it. Get a rebound on the weak side by Woody. And she out-hustled Flanagan. Ball got passed around. Recovered by Susan Moore. Skip it up to the top. Back it out. Hand it off. And we're under 4 minutes to go in this game with Susan Moore in the comfortable lead. They go left side. And that ball, I do not believe what I just saw. I thought that ball got deflected. That's going to be a 3-pointer for Tamia Woody and a foul on Carly Stevens.
And very little arch on the shot. Managed to bounce off the back of the iron and in. I don't want to call it luck, but wow.
Missed the free throw. They got the rebound, and they'll get a chance to add to their point total. That was amazing. I thought that ball was going out of bounds. It got deflected and found its way for a 3-point field goal for Woody. She missed the free throw. They got the rebound, and Carly Stevens got called for that's Holcomb got called for her second Vinemont foul.
Well, and you're seeing here what the Susan Moore Lady Bulldogs can do, Johnny. Even with all their starters parked, the reserves are in there out hustling everyone on the floor, top to bottom. This team will out hustle you and outperform you on almost any given night.
Both free throws are missed, but Susan Moore out hustling Vinemont. Rebound kept alive by Cauldron. The ball got knocked out of bounds. It goes to the Lady Eagles. 3:25 remaining. A week from today, Vinemont plays Holly Pond here. Then a week from Monday, Vinemont and Holly Pond in the first round. A week from Wednesday, Vinemont and Holly Pond first round county tournament. Holly Pond's the 4 seed. Vinemont is the 5. And Maggie Burks with her second. Garland Gudger Jr. 3 of the game. She's got a dozen. It's 67-44.
Maggie Burks, Miller, Stevens, Quick. The thing about Vinemont is I want to see a little more from each and every one of these players, and they haven't been able to perform to that level tonight. But if you could just get a little bit more out of each of them,
they get
so much more.
Garland Gudger Jr. 3 right there by a fine young lady off the bench playing well, Morgan Flanagan. We get a timeout. We got 2:44 to go. It's a 20-point game, so Vinemont is showing it to be respectability. And we still got over 2.5 minutes. My thing about Vinemont, and I've said this and I will say this, and those who like what I say or don't like what I say, well, that's your business. This team needs to play and got the potential, Rich Jesse. You see it. They just got to play with passion. I don't think they have that enough in them. And Coach Brown was talking with me before the game. With that being a virtual day, you don't know what these young people were doing as far as at home. Were they answering the bell to their classroom assignments on computer or sleeping or cell phoning throughout the day?
I don't know, Johnny. When I was in high school, that sounds like I would have been driving a floating car. So it's hard for me to relate what a virtual day is. But, I know it can make a difference in focus, but, you're right. You expect a little more out of this Vinemont squad. They've certainly got the potential and the talent, but these things take time, and they've matured each and every year, and I look for better each
It's going to be
every time they
interesting
come
to
out.
see next week and then in the county tournament how they tangle with Holly Pond, because to me, both teams are pretty much equal as far as personnel. And they've already proved this year they can beat a team that's normally a higher seed than them when they got a good win here at Vinemont Gym in December against Fairview, holding them to 33 points. Carly Stevens a double job inside, out to Maggie Burks, left side. Maggie Burks got another Garland Gudger Jr. 3. A big fourth quarter for her. 15 now. It's 67-50. Vinemont is making this game a little more decent with less than 2 to go. Coach Smallwood said, we're going to go back to the starters. Pass got deflected. It's out of bounds. The lead was 28. Back in for the visitors, Ingram, Butler, Smallwood, and somebody else.
Cauldron.
Get it inside to Holland. Got an open lane right in front of Carly Stevens. And Mallory Holland now has 16 points. 69-50 and 90 seconds remaining. Up high to Carly Stevens. Out to Whitney Quick. Can Whitney Quick get a field goal? The answer is no. Rebound on the other side. And he threw it away. Quick got an interception. Drives, puts up a tough shot. Air ball on the far side. Rebound by the 7th grader, Gray. Now to Smallwood, a beautiful bounce pass. They kick it out to Butler. Butler's going to fire a shot. Short, out of bounds. It goes to Vinemont. 1:09 to go in the game.
Yeah, as you said, they've got their starters back on the floor just to make sure. You got to show, hey, I know what's going on. Let's get our power back on the floor. But Vinemont Lady Eagles did a good job. They smelt blood, tried to take advantage of it, but it's just too little too late in this game.
Burks missed a 3, taken away by the sophomore Cauldron. Down to 50 seconds ago, Susan Moore up 69-50 with possession. Miley Butler, foul line pass to Cauldron. Pass got deflected, intercepted by Burks. Now here's Reagan Robinson, down to 35 seconds. Pass to Burks, catch. Gets it back to Reagan Robinson. Baseline, right side. Miller can't get the 3. Hustle rebound by Quick. Throws up a shot, misses. Follow up and good for Reagan Robinson. She's got double digits with 11, 69-52. All Susan Moore's got to do, run out the final 15 seconds. Butler trying to dribble drive. Pass inside, intercepted. Vinemont's got a chance to final seconds. Reagan Robinson going to drive. Reagan Robinson going to score. Got fouled from behind. Chance for a three-point play and a nice way to close the game out for sophomore Reagan Robinson.
Yeah, she's done well tonight. I've been impressed. I probably wish we could have, again, gotten a little more out of everyone for the Vinemont Lady Eagles, but Reagan Robinson's game has definitely improved year to year.
Robinson got the three-point play, so she's going to have a respectful night of scoring. And the Susan-Moore Lady Bulldogs are going to go back to Blount County undefeated in 3A Area 13, 15-3 on the season now, as they knock out the Vinemont Lady Eagles 69-55 here at Vinemont Gymnasium. Let's take a 90-second break, and we'll come back with a post-game report and get you ready for Game 2. Vinemont Eagles and the Susan-Moore Bulldogs back in 90 seconds on WKUL.com, WKUL FM.
Remember Happy Days? The Fonz and friends sitting at the soda fountain with ice cream, sodas, and shakes? Well, at Hansfield Drug, they still have the fountain with 16 different flavors and ice cream. And today would be the perfect day to go to Hansfield Drug. Have ice cream and soda with friends. Get your scripts filled, or get your over-the-counter needs. The Fonz may not drop in, but we'll be there. Hansfield Drug on Commercial Street, serving from 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and until 2 on Saturday. We'll see you at Hansfield Drug.
Have you been looking for a way to become healthier and more energized? Look no further than Wendy's Health and Nutrition. At Wendy's, you'll find a wide selection of vitamins and supplements to get your health back on track. From multivitamins to omega-3 fatty acids, Wendy's has the right nutrients to help you reach your goals. Plus, our knowledgeable staff can help you find the perfect solution for your needs. Visit Wendy's Health and Nutrition today and start feeling your best. Wendy's Health and Nutrition, located at 1601 First Avenue Southwest, or by calling 256-739-2110.
When you need auto parts for your vehicle or your tractors, it's Stewart's CarQuest Auto Parts. Reggie and Kay Stewart have over 100,000 parts in stock, with store locations on Loring Street in downtown Cullman and Highway 278 East at Holly Pond. Now, that's a lot of parts. But if it just happens they don't have the part you need in stock, how about overnight delivery? They will make it happen, especially Kay and Holly Pond. Also in Holly Pond, you find plumbing supplies and feed for your animals. Lead tires and mechanic work done next door to Stewart's in Holly Pond is Mason Dixon Stewart at Holly Pond Tire and Lube. Remember, Stewart's CarQuest and Mason, they can make it happen.
We're back here at Vinemont Gymnasium. The Susan-Moore Lady Bulldogs came in as the sixth best team ranked wise by the 3A State Sports Writers. A 69-55 victory. They led by as many as about 28 points in the second half. Vinemont had a very good fourth quarter with 21 on the board for them. And a respectful night as far as with strong play in the fourth quarter from Maggie Burton, 15, Reagan Robinson, 14. Morgan Flanagan off the bench scored 9. Addison Holcomb off the bench, 9. But a tough night for one of their key weapons, sophomore Whitney Quick. 2 free throws for the entire ball game.
Yeah, just couldn't find the range and made a lot of ill-advised shots. Sometimes I thought maybe her head wasn't in the game, but as the game went along, she continued to show a lot of effort. She grinded it out, made some good defensive plays. She made some good passes and hustled for the basketball and did everything she could on a night where, frankly, she wasn't on.
Susan-Moore led by their sensational sophomore Laney Smallwood, but 18. But also this evening, 16 by freshman Mallory Holland, a dozen by freshman Molly Butler, 8 by junior Cisa Hernandez. So that is 26, 42. That's 54 of their 69 points from 4 starters. That's balanced. That's why this ball club out of the Bluntzel area in Blount County has 15 wins in 18 games.
That's right. You could do something about Smallwood, and then they'll find somebody else to hit you with. Very impressive, well-rounded team. And again, from top to bottom, from the first start to the last one on the bench, just effort and hustle. That's the reason they're as good as they are, because even when the starters aren't there on the floor, that second set is out there doing just as hard. No lackadaisical efforts. A well-coached team from Blount County.
Laney Smallwood deserves her accolades, but tonight I was impressed with Miley Butler and also Mallory Holland.
Yeah, very eye-opening to watch those young ladies here tonight. A lot of fun. Probably, I don't know if I'll get to see them again this year, but they'll cause some trouble for some opponents.
We got game 2 of our Friday night doubleheader coming up here shortly. The Vinemont Eagles and the Susan Moore Bulldogs. What we're going to do, we're going to take a 3-minute commercial break, and we'll be back with more from Vinemont Gymnasium as the Bulldogs and the Eagles battle out here shortly. Back in 3 minutes with more prep basketball on WKUL FM, WKUL.com.
Hi, I'm Will Harding with First South Farm Credit in Cullman. If you're in the market for land, you want a lender who can give you options. At First South, we understand what it means to own your own piece of land, and we've been helping farmers and landowners do just that for over 100 years. Whether it's a hunting camp or just a place out in the country, First South can offer terms out to 30 years with competitive rates. So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing land and would like to know your options, call any of our loan officers at 256-734-0133, or you can find us online at firstsouthland.com. First South is how you buy land.
Hi, I'm Charlie Neesmith with Merchants Bank. Since 1907, Merchants Bank has been the choice of many small business owners. Please check our website and read the testimonials of just a few of our customers. We pride ourselves on listening to your needs and doing whatever we can to help you reach your goals. We can also provide you with quick answers to your questions and your challenges. Please call any of our lenders in Cullman, Hanceville, or Arab. Merchants Bank of Alabama is a division of South Point Bank and a member of FDIC.
So you raise birds from chicks all the way up to the big birds, and you want only the best reliable equipment. That's why you need to get to Farmers Poultry Supply in Cullman and talk to any of the knowledgeable employees like Operations Manager Corey Shadden or Outside Sales Philip Murray. But if by some chance you have a question they can't answer, then talk to Andy Ratliff. All great people at Farmers Poultry Supply, carrying and installing only the best state-of-the-art equipment for your birds. They know chicken equipment inside and out. That's Farmers Poultry Supply, Highway 157 in Cullman.
Moss Funeral Home offers sympathy and understanding that is sincere and real. At Moss Service, you'll find us qualified, experienced, and ready to help in all circumstances, making final arrangements of all types. You can trust the good advice and sensitive counseling our services provide you, the survivors, to do as much as possible to relieve your burdens. Since 1882, Moss Funeral Home, serving Cullman and the surrounding area. Call 734-1821.
Welcome you to our game of the week on this Friday evening from Vinemont Gymnasium. Class 3A Area 13 rivals, the Vinemont Eagles versus the Susan Moore Bulldogs. Hi, everybody. The Flash, Johnny Thornton, along with my colleague and good friend Rich Jesse, our game site engineer Christian Ballard. JR back in the studio making sure things run smoothly there. The standings in 3A Area 14, Susan Moore 4-1. Vinemont 2-2. The Eagles going to have to win out. Susan Moore lost to J.B. Pennington. Pennington is 3-2 in the area. Brindley Mountain upset Vinemont earlier this week, beat them 43-41. One thing I talked to Coach Boyd about it before game time. Isaiah Jones, one of their talented players, did not take part. He was out of town with a death in his family. And that's why one thing, it was a different ball game this time with Vinemont not able to win after they beat them pretty soundly here. Brindley Mountain back a month ago, 51-23.
Without having the senior Jones, it does leave a large hole in this roster for the Eagles, who, as you've alluded to in your pregame notes and your scouting of this team, they've lacked consistency, and they're still trying to find themselves. And while they'll do that, it's not often that it's night to night. They have a good opportunity here at home against Susan Moore. As you said, they got to win out in the area. Well, that starts here tonight, and they need to get off to a good start against the Bulldogs.
December 8th in Susan Moore, the Bulldogs got by the Eagles 49-47. Vinemont's got 4 losses, 2 of them in area play. Then losses to Addison and Hanceville. Combine those point margin, 18 points on 4 losses. And this team, 10-9 for Preston Boyd, no doubt better than that record shows us.
Well, you can look at that type of information 2 ways, the way I see it, Johnny. You think, well, this team's really pretty good. They're right on the edge of being a really good team. Or they could be a team that's beaten down by all these close losses. I mean, you can play close, and that's great, but moral victories don't last long, and after a while, you begin to question if you've got it in you.
How good is Vinemont? How about being a 4th seed in this year's county tournament behind the Good Oak Raiders, the West Point Warriors, and the Hansel Bulldogs? There's a higher seed because they beat the Fairview Aggies here last month.
Well, again, we've talked about that several times tonight. I'm very much looking forward to the county tournament, but looking forward to see what the Eagles can bring to the table, because this is my first opportunity to see them in this 23-24 season.
Well, Isaiah Jones is back tonight for the Vinemont Eagles. We got the national anthem coming up, so stay with us. This young lady, every time we come to Vinemont, that is Stanley Speakman's daughter, down to our right there by the PA system. She performs the national anthem, and she always performs it to me, in my observation, with such elegance.
Very nice. Always nice to hear it live.
I love to hear the national anthem by live.
Me too. I don't want to hear it on Memorex.
Well,
give it to me live. If I were to take it on Memorex, it would be Whitney Houston. But live all the time, please.
Well, as a PA announcer for Wallace State, I play the national anthem, and the national anthem I use is Carrie Underwood before the Super Bowl in 2015.
Also a good one. Just don't play Fergie's from the NBA All-Star game, please. Don't play Fergie.
Well, for us at the station, we normally will play the Faith Hill rendition.
Faith Hill, absolutely.
Starters for the Susan Moore Bulldogs. Devin Ivy's a senior. Trey Cook's a senior. Logan Blackwell a senior. Travis Cook a senior. And Elias Lopez a junior. David Wilson, head coach, 8-5, 4-1 in 3A, Area 13. Vinemont Eagles will go with their senior point guard, Jordan Eller. Isaiah Jones back in the starting lineup tonight. The very talented post player, a senior. Jackson Holcomb is a left-hander. He is a senior. Dawson Wilhite is a senior. And the other is a senior. This is a senior-laden Vinemont team. Added Jeremy Harbison. So it's Eller, Jones, Holcomb, Wilhite, and Harbison. Vinemont 10-9, 2-2 in area play, 5-2 here at Vinemont Gymnasium.
Thank you very much to our broadcast partner, the Flashman Johnny Thornton, here with our on-site engineer, Mr. Christian Ballard. JR back in the studios. I'm Rich Jesse. We're getting ready to tip things off between the Vinemont Eagles and the Susan Moore Bulldogs, the visitors from Northeast Blount County. Susan Moore shares the distinction with one other town in Alabama, Johnny. One of two towns to be named after a person, the other being Phil Campbell.
So true.
Susan Moore coming to the center circle in their road purples, black numerals, and the gold piping. Eagles in their home white with the red numerals, the red trim. Vinemont will control the temp, and they'll go to work. It's Holcomb with it, top of the key. Looks left side, that's Jones. Drives inside the perimeter, jump steps, put one up off the glass, and the runner good for Isaiah Jones and Vinemont on the board.
No question, Isaiah Jones is the catalyst as far as the scoring for the Vinemont offense.
Susan Moore, the Bulldogs with it offensively to the foul line. Then back outside it goes to Ivy. Down in the corner it goes, three on the way up and good for Elias Lopez, the junior, for the first Garland Gudger tray of the ball game.
Well, both teams look good on their first possession. We get a lead change, 3-2 Susan Moore.
Holcomb hands it off on the right wing. Three on the way from there, and burying it is Vinemont's Jeremy Harbison from downtown, the senior with Vinemont's first Garland Gudger tray.
I like the way this kid has played every time I've seen him play this season. This is a hard-working young man, Jeremy Harbison.
Little pick and roll from the top of the key and a finish from Travis Cook, the senior for the Bulldogs. And we're tied up at 5 apiece, just a minute gone by here in the first.
Both teams have scored on their first two possessions.
Isaiah Jones launches the tray from the top of the key, comes up short off the lip of the rim. Long rebound fought for him. We got a foul. It'll be charged to Jones, I believe.
Yeah, Isaiah Jones got called for the push after the Susan Moore guard got the rebound.
First foul here of the basketball game, and Susan Moore takes over. That's Blackwell with it. Goes across the way to Lopez. Inside it goes to Cook. Cook back out to Lopez near the top of the key. And the Bulldogs will set it up. Crossover dribble. Now it goes over to Ivy on the left wing. Now back to the top of the key with it. This is Cook. Looks right side. Lopez, right wing extended. Now top of the key with the basketball. That's Blackwell. Drives right side of the key. Outside it goes Ivy. Three on the way from there. No. Rebound pulled down by Jackson Holcomb of the Eagles. Gets it over to Eller, the senior, trying to get past Devin Ivy. And in the right wing, Ivy fouled over there. Ivy fouls, Jordan Eller. Foul will be on the floor, charged to Devin Ivy of Susan Moore. And inside, Vinemont goes to Jones. Jones can't get the layups to stick. Rebound pulled to by Travis Cook of Susan Moore. Here comes Lopez up the floor for the Bulldogs. Looks over, right side, that's Ivy on the wing. Crossover dribble, brings it back across to Trey Cook. Senior, looks over right side to his counterpart Blackwell. Goes against Holcomb on right wing. Now to Lopez near the top. Now they give it to Cook. Looks down in the corner, Blackwell drives baseline. Now to Cook. Mid-range jumper from about 12, good from the left side. And now Susan Moore takes the lead, 7-5, 5.5 minutes remaining here in the opening period from Vinemont, Alabama. Vinemont Eagles versus the Susan Moore Bulldogs varsity basketball. Three on the way. Good. Jeremy Harbison from downtown, and the Vinemont Eagles take the lead after a Garland Gudger tray. It's 8-7 Vinemont. Susan Moore goes to work in the post. Basketball stripped away from Luis Garcia. Nice play out there by Harbison of Vinemont. Susan Moore retains possession of the basketball. Checking in for the Vinemont Eagles here, Caden Graham, a senior for the first time. He replaces Holcomb. Here's the inbounds pass. This is Ivy with it. Now looks down in the corner. That's Lopez, the junior. Looks back outside to Ivy, and Susan Moore will set it up again just inside of 5 minutes remaining here in the first. Ivy loses a dribble, have it stolen away. Up the floor quickly comes Jordan Eller, and the senior will draw a foul. Nice job getting his hand in the cookie jar and getting the basketball down on the Vinemont side of the court.
He pursued that with consistency and toughness. Did a great job to get it in the way from the Susan Moore guard and get them to their second foul.
Graham inbounds it near midcourt for the Eagles. Throws it in the backcourt. Eller will handle it for the Eagles. 4:40 remaining in the first. Vinemont 8, Susan Moore 7. Screen. Eller drives right baseline. A little underhanded shot. Goes out of bounds. Last touched by Susan Moore. Vinemont will keep the basketball.
I thought the outside official was going to call a foul. Baseline official said the ball was deflected by a guy in the purple jersey with the black numbers.
Graham inbounds it, momentarily taken away, but a kickball. It'll remain with Vinemont on the far end here.
Good start. Good ball game.
Graham inbounds it down in the corner. Poked away, and there to retrieve it in the backcourt is Eller for Vinemont. He'll bring it back up the floor, just under 4.5 left. This is Jordan Eller, the senior. Gets a screen from Jones. Thought about a little screen and roll, nothing there. They'll set things back up again. Here's Eller guarded tightly out there by Blackwell. Drives around the wing, goes inside, had a nice lane, overshot it. Long rebound pulled in by Graham. Looks over in the corner to Eller. Thought about a three. No, drives inside, kicks it over to the other corner. That's Will Height. Will Height to Jones. Now back outside Eller. Three on the way from the wing. Nothing but air, and that one goes out of bounds.
Good ball movement, but the end result, that kind of a shot.
When you're that wide open, I guess, I don't know.
That wasn't pretty. That was very much ugly.
Here's Susan Moore with the basketball. Locust Forks in a different part of Blount County, ladies and gentlemen. I'll get it right. Susan Moore Bulldogs with it offensively, top of the key. Here they are, crossover dribble, looking to the right side. This is Blackwell with it. Inside, nice look and finish from Blackwell to Cook. And regaining the lead is Susan Moore, 9-8.
Well, good looking backdoor play, and Susan Moore regains the lead in a hotly contested game here from Vinemont.
Eller goes to his right, hands it to Will Height. Gets it out to the top, Jones. Moves the ball around his head, gets it to Eller. Now he drives baseline, kicks it outside. Thinking about a three, stepping inside the circle. Now passing to Jones in the paint, little fadeaway shot. No good. Rebound pulled down, a long one by Will Height of Vinemont. Back outside, it goes to Graham, and now to Eller, and the senior will set it up again for the Eagles inside of 3 minutes remaining here in the first. Vinemont trails Susan Moore 9-8. Harbison, top of the key, looks left side. Here's Graham driving baseline, elevates off the glass. Nice shot by Caden Graham, and Vinemont back in the lead, 10-9 with 2.5 left in the first.
That's a good-looking move that time by Graham. Pump fake, go up, and Vinemont back on the top of that leaderboard.
Here's Susan Moore offensively. Cook with it down near the baseline, kicks it back outside Blackwell. Blackwell looks around down to Jackson Miller, the senior. Now he's got it near the foul line, kicks it over right side to Cook. Now they come back outside with it to Lopez. He hasn't handled it a while on the ball. Drives inside the wing, kicks it across. Eller almost stole it. Susan Moore gets it back. Now left wing three, close to the top rather, missed. Defensive board pulled down by Vinemont's Jeremy Harbison. Good rebounding by the senior. Harbison looks over to Will Height in the offensive court, left side. Here's Graham. Gets it to Will Height again. He's got it left wing extended. Top of the key, three. Good. Isaiah Jones from downtown, and a Garland Gudger three for the Vinemont Eagles. They lead by 4.
Isaiah Jones got a big body, but also has got guard-like technology.
Harbison steals it at midcourt, takes it the rest of the way off the glass, around and down the bowl it goes. And Vinemont with its largest lead at a half dozen, 15-9 over Susan Moore. 1:22 left in the first.
Got some good momentum going right now.
Shot from the baseline, missed. Long rebound pulled down by Will Height of Vinemont defensively. And now a travel is getting held up just behind the midcourt stripe was Harbison. And they'll turn it over, and we got some.
That may be the first turnover of the game for Vinemont.
You got it. Jackson Holcomb back in the basketball game. Colton Gillis into the basketball game as well for Vinemont. So the Vinemont lineup looks like this. Gillis, Holcomb, Gillis, Holcomb, Jones, Eller, and Harbison. Susan Moore with it offensively, inbounded by Miller. Miller to Ham. Ham to Garcia, back to Ham. Looks over to Travis Cook. Now they go in the corner looking for Ham. Now top of the key, steps inside the perimeter. Shot missed, rebound, put back and in by Travis Cook Good offensive board by the Bulldogs, and they pull within 4 inside of a minute left in the first.
He just out-muscled Harbison for the rebound and got a putback. He's got half a dozen to lead Susan Moore scoring.
Inside they go to Jones. Look for a little backdoor. Uncomfortable shot from the left side. Didn't get anywhere near. Here comes Susan Moore the other way. Here's Miller, the senior. Number 55, the double nickel. Hands it off. This is Garcia with it, another senior. A lot of seniors out here for this Bulldog squad from Blount County. Here's Miller on the right wing, looks down to Cook, another senior. Fadeaway shot on the mid-ranger, no. Garcia, offensive rebound, put back, no good. Rebound by Holcomb. Up the floor quickly to Jones. Left side of the lane, puts it off the glass for 2, count it, and 1 opportunity coming for the big senior from Vinemont.
There's one thing about Isaiah Jones, Rich, that I can describe. Body technique, under control, knows when to go and attack, get his body scored up, got the contact on the guy wearing double nickel, and a chance at a three-point play.
Jones at the line to try to complete the three-pointer. No, off the back of the iron. Rebound pulled down. They need to get a shot up and won't do it. But Vinemont, after 1, leads the visiting Susan Moore Bulldogs 17-11. Coming back the second period, you're listening to 92.1 FM, WKUL, and WKUL.com.
Remember Happy Days? The Fonz and friends sitting at the soda fountain with ice cream, sodas, and shakes? Well, at Hansfield Drug, they still have the fountain with 16 different flavors and ice cream. And today would be the perfect day to go to Hansfield Drug. Have ice cream and soda with friends. Get your scripts filled or get your over-the-counter needs. The Fonz may not drop in, but will be there. Hansfield Drug on Commercial Street, serving from 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and until 2 on Saturday. We'll see you at Hansfield Drug.
So you need a new weather radio and scanner to help protect you and keep you informed? Go to Helm Stereo Center. So you want to watch TV because yours is really bad? Go to Helm Stereo Center. So you're not satisfied at all with your cable company? It doesn't work anymore? If you cannot watch your favorite football team or racing crews, go to Helm Stereo Center. What you need is an antenna that will supply you with free TV. Home-owned and home-operated. We're local and ready to help you. Located in the Town Square Shopping Center, Highway 31 South Cullman. That's Helm Stereo Center.
The young lady who performed the national anthem before the game, her name has been identified as Trinity Sarton. We certainly appreciate the person coming down and telling me who she is. She helped Stanley Speakman at the public address system, but again, nice rendition of the national anthem by this young lady for Vinemont High School.
Well done. Thank you very much, Trinity Sarton. Second period underway here from Vinemont. Susan Moore starts with the basketball. They trail 17-11 to Vinemont. Here's Luis Garcia. Garcia looks down in the corner to Miller. Miller spins the ball, then puts it on the floor. Elevates, long 3 from the right wing. No good. Rebound Jones. Here comes Eller with it the other way for Vinemont. Looks down in the corner. Bush, the freshman in, little head fake. No shot, though. Now looking down to Eller. Quick give and go. Throws it away. Susan Moore will have it after the steal. Across the timeline, they come quickly. This is Garcia with it. The senior feeds it across the Cook on the other side of the lane. Now, big 3 from the corner. May have been partially rejected by Vinemont. Jordan Eller's got it. Here comes Vinemont the other way. Here's Bush. Goes to the top of the key. Holcomb. Left-handed 3 off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound by Gillis. Got a whistle, and it's a travel.
As Tweety Bird would say, he fall down. That's what he did. Now, this freshman Bush, I liked how he plays. He plays very aggressive and plays with a lot of confidence for Coach Boyd.
You look like Tweety tonight in your yellow shirt. Johnny's suffering succotash.
I look like it, yeah. And we got the tie-dyes over there with the Vinemont cheerleaders.
Yeah, where's that tie-dye tonight, Flash?
Back in the apartment.
I'm going to get you some.
Investigation.
Vinemont up the floor quickly after a rebound. Eller tagged right there at midcourt.
Yeah, I got to do a little cleaning up my place. I got I got red letter today.
Johnny Thornton. You better watch out, son.
It is what it is.
6 minutes and 46 seconds remaining. Go to halftime. Vinemont still leading 17-11. They've got it offensively. Driving baseline is Bush. Confident move, but a little bit too strong to the rim. Basketball taken by Susan Moore. Up the floor they come. Right wing three missed by Lopez. Long rebound pulled down by Gillis. Gillis has done a good job on the boards here tonight coming off the bench. Here's Eller. Right wing. Now it goes left side. That's Jones. Now top of the key, Bush. Looks to the right. Gillis, three on the way from him. Two. Got a whistle, and the basketball going to go back to Susan Moore after a push.
Well, he pushed off that time on Trey Cook and got a foul. And he'll go to the bench as Harbison. No, Harbison will come in and replace Gillis.
You got it. Gillis. I say Holcomb responsible for the last foul.
Only his first.
Okay. Team foul number one. Both teams with one foul apiece. 6 minutes remaining until halftime. Our score, Vinemont 17. Susan Moore 11. Been quiet on the scoreboard here the last few minutes in this basketball game. Even here in the second quarter, no score.
Good defense. Offense is having difficulties.
Either that or the rim got the size of a Folgers coffee can. Steele coming the other way with it is Susan Moore. Stripped of it on the layup attempt by Jordan Eller, the Vinemont Eagle, and Vinemont will get it back. Great hustle and defensive play by the man with a mane, Jordan Eller.
Well, defense right now is setting a tone. The over-under is under. But both teams playing very aggressive, and I know both coaches, Coach Miller and Coach Boyd, like that. Well, here's another case.
Another
Turnover.
steal. Lazy pass by Vinemont, stolen, but somehow they get it back in the fracas. Here comes Eller with the basketball. Vinemont with numbers. They try to give it up, kicking it outside. That's Harbison. Now gets it over to Wilhite. Now over the left side, Holcomb. That was exciting as Vinemont almost shot himself in the foot again.
That's about like watching the race car event at Bristol.
Eller with it, guarded on the right wing, spins around his defender, goes near the post, kicks it outside, left wing, three on the way, no good. Rebound, Wilhite gets it across the Eller, across the lane, in amongst the trees, trying to get it up. Goodness gracious, Johnny, nothing there. Outside to Holcomb, now to Jones on left wing. They feed it inside to Harbison, and we finally get a whistle, and it does look like NASCAR at Bristol Speedway, Johnny.
You've got a guard, and he may be 5'9", out hustling a bunch of bigger guys in the paint. Says a lot about the effort of Jordan Eller.
Very much so. And Eller not had a whole lot of luck in the scoring column tonight, but he has made up for it in hustle, defensively and offensively. And Jones, that's more than a push. My goodness. That's a train wreck in the lane. Jones go to the line to shoot two. A rear end collision of sorts, and Jones will go to the line.
What a foul by Cook. He pushed him from behind. He got beat on the move by Isaiah Jones. Then he done one thing worse. He fouled him.
Jones to shoot two. First one up and good by the senior. And we have our first point in the second quarter. Vinemont now 18, Susan Moore 11.
You know, I was about to say that myself. I'm glad you said it for me.
Great minds and all that. Second one by Jones. Swoosh.
As Big Ron Moses would say, shot it, got it.
Shot it, got it. 19-11, largest lead of the game for Vinemont. 4.5 minutes remaining until halftime. And we have a timeout here by the Susan Moore Bulldogs. And we'll keep it here on 92.1 FM WKUL and WKUL.com. I'm Rich Jesse, along with a flash man, Johnny Thornton, Christian Ballard, our on-site engineer, and JR back in the studios, happy to be here on the hardwood for hoops with you on this Friday night. Flash.
Well, we certainly are, because after the concern about severe weather and games got postponed and stuff like that, got us a good one. We expected this. This was a regular scheduled game for us. It's been a hard-fought effort for Vinemont. They know they got an opportunity to win this one, beat J.B. Pennington, and that would put them with a 4-2 record, would put Susan Moore at 4-2, and Pennington, they beat Pennington and dropped them to 3-3.
Back out of the timeout, Susan Moore with the basketball, trailing by 8. Just under 5 minutes, rather 4.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Devin Ivey with it. Looks over right side, Blackwell. Now they go in the corner. They feed it inside. Easy layup, overshot. Long rebound, though. Pulled down offensively by Ivy, one of the smallest men on the floor. Now left wing three from Ivy. No good. Rebound. Susan Moore, put back attempt. Good. Count that one. And one opportunity coming at the line for Susan Moore's Logan Blackwell, and the senior will try to pull the Bulldogs to within 5. They trail by 6 currently.
Well, the worst thing was for Harbison, he tapped the ball. He didn't rebound the ball. He tapped the ball, and Susan Moore got it now, a chance at a three-point play.
Jackson Holcomb into the basketball game, replaces Vinemont's Isaiah Jones. Free throw up and good for Susan Moore, and now a 5-point game. Vinemont 19, Susan Moore 14. 4 minutes remaining here in the first half from Vinemont. Here's Holcomb with it. Now looks left side. That's Graham. They go in the corner looking for Harbison. Basketball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Blue, also known as Purple. And that's Susan Moore. Vinemont keeps the basketball.
Well, the last time they played, the final score was 49-47. Not a lot of points expected.
Driving inside, Eller kicks it outside. 3 on the way from the corner. Good. Nice one from downtown by Caden Graham, the senior from Vinemont, Alabama, with a special delivery from Jordan Eller, the point guard.
Third, Garland Gudger Jr. 3 for the Vinemont Eagles here in the first half, and they're up by 8.
22-14, 3.5 remaining in the first. Here's Ivy with it, top of the key. Left-handed lazy pass stolen away by Holcomb, and here comes Vinemont. They'll slow it up and run their half-court set. Here's Eller. Drives right side looking to Wilhite. Goes in the lane, puts up a wild shot, just trying to draw a foul. He did it. And Wilhite will go to the line shooting 2. That's Dawson Wilhite, the senior from Vinemont.
Well, the difference right now in this game with 3 minutes to go until halftime, Rich Jesse, the Susan Moore Bulldogs are playing sloppier than the Vinemont Eagles.
Great observation as Wilhite knocks down the first one, extends the lead to 9 for Vinemont at 23-14. Devin Ivy will get a break back into the ball game because Luis Garcia for Susan Moore, and Wilhite's second free throw missed as it's rebounded by Susan Moore's Cook. Down the floor quickly it goes, and a turnover. Wilhite gets the basketball to Eller. Has to pick up his dribble at midcourt. Feeds it down to Harbison. Drives inside the lane, missed. Rebound picked up by Lopez of Susan Moore. Comes down the floor, looks for a backdoor pass. Too high for Travis Cook. It goes out of bounds. Vinemont will get the basketball, and now a substitution. It's Corbin Ham, the junior, comes in for Susan Moore.
Well, my statement is alive right there. Sloppy. It's not a good executed pass. A good opportunity, but they didn't finish. And they get the ball back to Vinemont, and Vinemont's up by 9.
2:44 remaining until halftime. Eller feeds it down in the baseline corner. Now back to the top it goes. That's Graham. Drives left side of the lane. Has it stolen away. Up the floor comes Susan Moore. More sloppiness. What was most likely a pass is deflected by the iron. Back outside and out of bounds. Vinemont will get it on the outside.
I think it was because of the defense from Eller and from Headley.
Long three missed. Harbison with a tip drill rebound off the glass, and an 11-point lead now for Vinemont, 25-14.
9 points for Harbison, Vinemont's top scorer.
Here's Ham with it. Looks left side, Garcia. Drives in the lane, kicks it over in the corner. Cook thought about a 3 and no. Gets it to Blackwell. 3 on the way, no. Dawson Wilhite with a rebound defensively for the Eagles. And that young man doing work on the boards. We got a whistle and a foul, a push, charged to the Susan Moore Bulldogs. This one will be Travis Cook's second. And to the line, Wilhite will go.
We're going to give Dawson Wilhite the Blue Collar Award because he's working his tail off and doing a lot of good things on both sides of the floor.
Wilhite shooting 2. This one goes around and in. His team now up by a dozen, 26-14, just under 2 minutes remaining until halftime.
They're shooting 4 or 5 from the line here in the second. Now 4 out of 6.
Misses the second. Good position on the rebound defensively by Trey Cook, and a little push from behind by Vinemont's Jeremy Harbison, his first personal team foul, number 3 for Vinemont here in the first half. Or rather, in the second period. Up the floor with numbers comes Susan Moore. Attacking the post, rejected, but picking up the junk and putting it back is Travis Cook. Here's Vinemont up the floor, a 10-point lead now, just over 90 seconds. Reverse layup on a delivery from Jeremy Harbison on the right wing, an easy bucket for Will Height and the Eagles. Rejected shot from the lane. Jump picked up, shot missed, and now Vinemont with a defensive rebound coming the other way is Caden Graham. Looks over at the top, that's Harbison. Looks to Will Height, got a bit of a hot hand over in the left wing, they're covering tightly. This is Graham, now he gets it back to Eller. With about 60 seconds left in the half, Eller drives right side. Now they look over to Holcomb. Drives to the post, missed the shot. Rebound fought for, claimed by Locust Fork, and they'll get Vinemont for a foul.
I like the move by Jackson Holcomb because he's left-handed, went left and right. Unfortunately missed, and now Harbison just got his second foul as he'll be replaced by Gillis. Vinemont's playing pretty good defense. They've only allowed 5 points in the second period. We've got less than a minute to go until halftime.
Susan Moore with it in the offensive court. Wide open look from the right wing up and good. Logan Blackwell from downtown and back to a single-digit lead for Vinemont after the Garland Gudger Jr. 3 from Susan Moore. Here's Vinemont offensively having it poked around from behind as Jordan Eller, Travis Cook tried to get rid of it, goes out of bounds. Basketball will remain with Vinemont. 31 seconds remaining here in the first half. 9-point lead for Vinemont.
Cook showing very good hands trying to force the turnover.
Senior point guard Jordan Eller dribbles it between his legs, goes to the right, steps inside the perimeter, delivers a beautiful pass in the back door, and Jackson Holcomb with a finish.
Slides his way through the defense, got a pass to Holcomb. Holcomb gets his big basket, his first of the night.
Here are the Bulldogs with the basketball. This is Ham with it. Takes it from left to right. Now right to left to the top of the key. Gives it up. It's Garcia. Drives through the lane. Puts up an ugly shot. And time expires on the first half where the Vinemont Eagles are leading the Susan Moore Bulldogs 30-19. Coming up, the halftime report. We'll be back with more. You're listening to 92.1 FM WKUL and WKUL.com.
Hi, I'm Charlie Neesmith with Merchants Bank. Since 1907, Merchants Bank has been the choice of many small business owners. Please check our website and read the testimonials of just a few of our customers. We pride ourselves on listening to your needs and doing whatever we can to help you reach your goals. We can also provide you with quick answers to your questions and your challenges. Please call any of our lenders in Cullman, Hanceville, or Arab. Merchants Bank of Alabama is a division of South Point Bank and a member of FDIC.
The stock market. Buy low, sell high, hope for big profits. Good thing you're part of a not-for-profit Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Our members own us. We don't have stockholders, but we do have the latest information on local renewable energy options in a language you'll actually recognize. To learn more, visit touchstoneenergy.com.
Cullman Electric Cooperative, a Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
So you raise birds from chicks all the way up to the big birds, and you want only the best reliable equipment. That's why you need to get to Farmers Poultry Supply in Cullman and talk to any of the knowledgeable employees like Operations Manager Corey Shadden or Outside Sales Philip Murray. But if by some chance you have a question they can't answer, then talk to Andy Ratliff. All great people at Farmers Poultry Supply, carrying and installing only the best state-of-the-art equipment for your birds. They know chicken equipment inside and out. That's Farmers Poultry Supply, Highway 157 in Cullman.
Ball games, shopping with friends, wherever life takes you, on-the-go banking is a breeze with the Citizens Bank and Trust mobile app. Need to check your balance? Check. Deposit that birthday check? Snap. Click. Done. With our mobile app, there's no need to miss anything. From the latest technology to friendly bankers, you can count on Citizens to be there in a big way. Citizens Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Third-party fees for data, messaging, and internet may apply.
Our halftime report from Vinemont Gymnasium, Class 3A Area 13 play. A very good first half of basketball for the Vinemont Eagles, needing to win to try to keep an opportunity of winning this regular season title in 3A Area 13. At the half, the Eagles 30, the Susan Moore Bulldogs 19. The Flash, Johnny Thornton with a halftime report. Rich Jesse will join me here in just a moment. Several other games that were scheduled to be played this evening were postponed because of threat of severe weather. The people in Morgan County, they didn't hesitate. They went ahead and canceled all their games on Thursday. Two of the schools, the Brewer Patriots and the Priceville Bulldogs, will be playing in Cullman County on Friday evening. Those games have been rescheduled for Saturday. Priceville at Good Hope, two big ball games at Good Hope Gym, 12 and 1:30. Girls game first. Lady Raiders currently number 2 in the 4A poll, 19 wins on the season. And Ivy Maddox now over 2,500 points, Coleman County's all-time leading scorer. Brewer and West Point at Jim Boyd Gym. The Lady Warriors have won 10 in a row. They're 7th this week in 5A. They'll be at 2:30. The Patriots and the West Point Warriors will play at 4. Coleman was supposed to play Decatur tonight in the 6A Area 14. Those games have been rescheduled for Tuesday at Bearcat Arena, 6 o'clock and 7:30. They will honor the Lady Bearcats. Their point guard just recently got her 1,000-point sophomore, Allie Sharp. That'll be happening on Tuesday. Now, we've got on Monday, this is the schedule for the Martin Luther King Classic at Wallace State Tom Drake Coliseum. It'll start, I think it's the right schedule. Good Hope and Clements Girls at 10:30. Good Hope and Randolph Raiders at 12. Coleman Lady Bearcats Decatur Heritage at 1:30. Decatur Heritage is number 3 in the 2A rankings behind Cold Springs and Mars Hill. Hartsville Girls and Ramsey at 3 if we can get through the potential of weather-related issues.
Kind of up in the air on that myself. I'd like to see some good basketball, but I wouldn't mind a little snow as long as it's not a mess.
Well, this is one media outlet. I told him, I said, I don't want to snow. I'll send him up north. If I see snow, I may be throwing some to the headband of Coleman Daily News. Speaking of news, we're going to talk about this for a couple of minutes. Well, they said it's going to be a 72-hour span after Nick Saban announced his retirement that the University of Alabama would replace him. The legend of 17 years, 206 wins, and 6 national championships. He retired Wednesday. Well, the university got who they wanted. I don't know if the Crimson Nation agree with that, but they got an outstanding 49-year-old Kalen DeBoer who just took the Washington Huskies to the national championship game. Now, unfortunately, they came up short on Monday night earlier this week in Houston to the University of Michigan.
Well, you got to hand it off hand it to the University of Alabama. They went out and they got a big name, and this guy is a big name right now, as you stated. Just finished off playing in the national championship. He's been an active coach since the early 2000s, multiple national championships in NAIA. He's been a Southern Illinois Saluki, Eastern Illinois Huron or Eagle, whatever they are. He's been at Fresno. He was at Indiana with a Heisman-winning quarterback. I mean, the guy's got a great resume. But as you know, Johnny, hiring head football coaches is a crapshoot. And since I've existed on this planet, Alabama's made about 2 really good hires in 40-something years. So it's a tough thing to do. Now, the Crimson Tide in Tuscaloosa in much better shape than they have been when they've had to hire other coaches, obviously.
Well, I would say the 2 good hires.
You got to have some moxie to take this job.
Well, the 2 good hires that Alabama had after the passing of Bear Bryant, I'll say this: Gene Stallings and Nick Saban.
I was just making sure you weren't going to say Mike Shula.
Well, now, I like Bill Curry, but he didn't live up to the expectations.
He got some guys that played close to it.
And he took the high road to Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah, but you got it. It's Stallings and obviously Saban. But so it's a difficult thing. I mean, just ask Auburn or any other team. It's hard to find a good head coach. But this is big news for the folks in Tuscaloosa.
According to sources, DeBoer was to inform his Washington team and staff Friday afternoon, and he was to meet with his new team at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time this evening. Press conference tomorrow at the University of Alabama, 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. So That'll be that Coach DeBoer gets officially announced as the new head coach for the University of Alabama, taking over after Nick Saban retired on Wednesday, 17 years. He is tied. He had 206 wins, second most at one school. Paul Bryant had 232 at Alabama. Who is Nick Saban tied with at one school, most wins? Second? Vince Dooley, University of Georgia.
Had to have been for the South.
That's right.
Johnny Flash had to have known it.
Well, we look forward to that. We look forward to tomorrow bringing you Auburn basketball at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. The Auburn Tigers and the LSU Tigers from Neville Arena. It's halftime. Vinemont Eagles with a 30-19 lead over the Susan Moore Bulldogs. We'll be back in 90 seconds with the second half. You're listening to our prep basketball game of the week on WKUL FM, WKUL.com.
Remember Happy Days? The Fonz and friends sitting at the soda fountain with ice cream, sodas, and shakes? Well, at Hansfield Drug, they still have the fountain with 16 different flavors and ice cream. And today would be the perfect day to go to Hansfield Drug. Have ice cream and soda with friends. Get your scripts filled or get your over-the-counter needs. The Fonz may not drop in, but we'll be there. Hansfield Drug on Commercial Street, serving from 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and until 2 on Saturday. We'll see you at Hansfield Drug.
Hey, look at me. Doing the low. The stock market. Buy low, sell high, hope for big profits. Good thing you're part of a not-for-profit Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Our members own us. We don't have stockholders, but we do have the latest information on local renewable energy options in a language you'll actually recognize. To learn more, visit touchstoneenergy.com.
Cullman Electric Cooperative, a Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
So you need a new weather radio and scanner to help protect you and keep you informed? Go to Helm Stereo Center. So you want to watch TV because yours is really bad? Go to Helm Stereo Center. So you're not satisfied at all with your cable company? It doesn't work anymore? If you cannot watch your favorite football team or racing crews, go to Helm Stereo Center. What you need is an antenna that will supply you with free TV. Home-owned and home-operated. We're local and ready to help you. Located in the Town Square Shopping Center, Highway 31 South, Cullman. That's Helm Stereo Center.
Thanks very much. Welcome back. Second half about to get underway here from Vinemont, Alabama, between the Vinemont Eagles and the Susan Moore Bulldogs. Varsity basketball, 30-19. Vinemont leads. And Will Height quickly loses the pass, turns it over, and quickly down the floor comes Susan Moore, missing the layup and getting the rebound, Jackson Holcomb. Up it comes to Will Height, and things have not stopped where they ended in the first half. Still kind of racehorse, sloppy basketball right out of the gate here in the second.
This game has been physical, Rich Jesse, because there has been a lot of body-to-body contact from both sides.
And not
so
a lot
right
of
there,
scoring.
that play by Blackwell saved possibly a Vinemont layup.
Well, we call it racehorse basketball, but without a lot of scoring. We went about 3 minutes in the second period without either one of these teams scoring, and a stalemate there for a while. Inside it goes, turnaround shot from the block, missed by senior Isaiah Jones of Vinemont. He's fouled. It'll go to the line to shoot two. Susan Moore.
Both teams, to me, are playing hard. Both teams, to me, are just not playing smooth basketball.
It's like a demolition derby.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than Bristol Motor Speedway.
I think both teams have been watching too many NBA highlights.
There's a 4-letter word attached to NBA basketball. It's ugly, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean anything. Everybody's got one.
Well, I'm sure our friend Ken Burton would have a lot of one-liners about this.
Oh, yeah, and I'd love to hear them all. Ken, I hope you're listening. We'll miss you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. 31-19, our score after one made free throw. Locust, Susan Moore with the basketball. Missing a shot. Now get the rebound back after Vinemont had it momentarily. Now scooping out the ball off the floor and scoring with it, Logan Blackwell, and he brings his team to within 10. Here's Vinemont driving, baseline, kicks it over to the corner. Will Height now to the top. That's Eller. Yet to put the ball on the floor, and now will do it with his left hand, guarded by Ivy. Looks over to Holcomb on the left wing, now to Harbison. inside to Eller. Little no-look pass looking for his big man. Can't handle the pass is Jones. And coming with it the other way, it's Cook and the Bulldogs. Drives baseline, now kicks it back outside. That's Lopez. Down to around the corner and inside to the big man. That's Trey Cook. Cook trying to take advantage of a mismatch with Jordan Eller, and Eller fouls him.
And I think that was a good foul because if he gets a ball and gets past him, he's going to score an easy basket.
Great observation by the flash man, Johnny Thornton. 31-21. Vinemont with the lead. 6.5 minutes left here in the third period. Here's Ivy, the senior guard, crosses over near the left wing, brings it toward the top of the key. Gets it to Blackwell, drives, left side of the lane, picks up his dribble, kicks it back outside to Cook near the top. They'll get it back outside to Ivy. Now inside it goes to the post looking for Cook, back out to the corner. Now skip pass across the way, the left wing, Blackwell. Drives, baseline, goes to work against Eller. Picks up his dribble, skip pass across the other way, 3 on the way, no good. Push away from the ball, charge to Susan Moore, a foul on them, most likely going to go against Lopez. Now check that.
Yeah, it was 22 to
first.
push off for Susan Moore on Dawson Wilhite of Vinemont.
So Vinemont will get it back, and they will inbound the basketball with 6 minutes left in the third, leading 31-21 over Susan Moore. Harbison to Wilhite. Wilhite to Graham. Fires up a 3 from the top. No good. Rebound claimed by Susan Moore, and they'll go up the floor quickly to Ivy. And Eller coming back behind Ivy to steal it away. Goes out of bounds. We may have a foul on Eller. We do. A little push. No.
Then we got a foul on the number 1 for Susan Moore.
Eller got the steal. Ivy from Susan Moore with a push in an attempt to get it back. So Vinemont with a basketball after the Susan Moore foul. Third foul charged to Devin Ivy, the senior guard from Susan Moore. 4th team foul for them here in the third period. Wilhite looks over to Graham on the left wing, puts the ball on floor, drives inside, and he'll be fouled. Back-to-back fouls, rather. Not back-to-back fouls, but Elias Lopez, guilty of his second personal here in the second half. And to the line go the Vinemont Eagles. This is Caden Graham, the senior.
We hadn't played 3 minutes of the third quarter, and now the penalty for Susan Moore sending Vinemont to the free throw line.
Graham's free throw up and good. And the Eagles go back up 11. It's 32-21, 5:25 remaining here in the third period. Graham makes them both. Lead now a dozen for Vinemont. Elias Lopez, the junior, brings it up the floor. Big man trying to shake off Wilhite, gets a screen, but picks up his dribble. Gets it over to Cook and over to Ivy. Now to Lopez. Looks to Blackwell. Now to Cook. He's near the top of the key. Gets it to Ivy. Ivy drives baseline, back out. Way shot off the glass. Count it. And one opportunity coming at the line, but a nice looking fade and finish by the young man from Susan Moore.
What a good technique when he got buffed up. He squared up, released off the glass. The rim was kind to him. A chance at a 3-point play.
Trying to get it back to a single-digit lead for Vinemont. He does so with a made free throw. Our score, Vinemont 33, Susan Moore 24, inside of 5 minutes remaining in the third. And we've got a whistle.
Well, Coach Boyd better calm down. You know, he's frustrated about the call. He's giving his second and third opinions. He better be careful.
Timeout on the floor. Charge to the Vinemont Eagles, who lead at 33-24 with 4:51 remaining in the third here from Vinemont, Alabama. We'll be back with more after the break. You're listening to 92.1 FM, WKUL, and WKUL.com.
Hi, I'm Will Harding with First South Farm Credit in Cullman. If you're in the market for land, you want a lender who can give you options. At First South, we understand what it means to own your own piece of land, and we've been helping farmers and landowners do just that for over 100 years. Whether it's a hunting camp or just a place out in the country, First South can offer terms out to 30 years with competitive rates. So if you're thinking about buying or refinancing land and would like to know your options, call any of our loan officers at 256-734-0133, or you can find us online at firstsouthland.com. First South is how you buy land.
It's been a physical basketball game, and Vinemont coach Dawson Boyd is talking with one of the officials, and he is not happy about the contact as a foul got called on Jordan Eller. And now it's a 10-point game. Coach Boyd has just got to regain what he needs to from the point of coaching, besides about dictating with the officials. They're not going to buy it.
May not buy it, but his team may buy it. A crucial point in the basketball game here, just under 5 minutes remaining in the third. His team's had a good lead for a large part of this ball game, and you don't let it go away. So I think this one's for his team. This is a crucial point in the game.
Well, I think the Eagles need to do something here on this possession.
Missed shot through the lane on a little runner layup by Isaiah Jones. Kind of put a little baby layup to it when he perhaps could have been more emphatic. And now after the rebound for Vinemont, get a whistle charged to Vinemont.
The foul should have been the Logan Blackwell of Susan Moore.
And they've some of the officials have this run. Now, here we go.
It's a penalty because it's already 5 fouls. And
they've got this right.
Yeah.
It will be charged to Logan Blackwell of Susan Moore. To the line will go Will Height for the Eagles.
Well, what happened, Blackwell was on the floor when he made contact after the rebound by Dawson Wilhite. That was easy right there. That's the third foul. They're already at the 5-foul limit here in the third period.
Wilhite's first, up and good, and the Vinemont lead back to 10, 34-24.
Well, that's a positive right there. They just scored a point on that possession after cooler heads prevail.
Wilhite, good. Now back to an 11-point lead, 35-24, Vinemont. Down the floor come the Bulldogs. With it at the top of the key, here's Cook. Looks over in the corner, that's Garcia. Brings it up above his head, gets to the top of the key. That's Blackwell. Now drives right side of the lane against Wilhite. Goes up underneath the basket, gets it to Garcia, who tries to feed it across the lane. And Isaiah Jones will poke it out of bounds for Vinemont.
Physical play right there, but the officials let it go because Dawson Wilhite was pushing as far as trying to stop penetration.
Garcia inbounds it, and immediately Cook puts it in for 2. And back to a 9-point margin here, Vinemont leading. Caden Graham with it on the left side. Goes to Jordan Eller with it. He's got it out near the center circle. Goes against Devin Ivey. A nice matchup at point guard. 2 guys of similar size and speed. Trying to hand it off to Isaiah Jones and has his feet cut out from under him by Trey Cook. It'll be a foul charge to the Susan Moore Bulldogs. Cook will pick up his 3rd personal foul, and to the line will go Isaiah Jones, the senior post player for the Vinemont Eagles.
Well, the thing about it, he didn't back off. He kept contact, and the contact carried over.
Jones, first free throw, no good.
He's shooting like a guy who used to play at LSU and the Orlando Magic.
Shaquille O'Neal. I don't think he's a better shooter than Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, that's 4 misses in the ball game. I'm not sure.
Maybe more of the Chris Webber variety. Rebound taken by Susan Moore. Up the floor in a hurry. Driving in the lane. Head fake. Shot put up and in by Blackwell. Nice presence of mind from about 6 feet. And his team within 7, the closest they've been since the first half.
He's got 7 of his 10 points. And what we got?
Timeout.
We got a foul. We got somebody hurt right in a bad place.
You got it. Jordan Eller will be replaced after the official timeout. And in the basketball game, the junior Hayden Robertson for the first time for the Vinemont Eagles. And young Mr. Eller is going to walk that one off.
Yeah. He got it in one of the worst spots in the body.
Indeed. Harbison with the basketball, looks over the way to Robertson. Robertson in trouble. They try to double team to the top of the key, trying to get the newbie. Inside it goes. Jackson Holcomb with some fancy spin work off the post, off the glass for 2, and it's 37-28 Vinemont.
What an incredible move with his left-handed body. And Susan Moore answers with a Garland Gudger 3.
Yep, Logan Blackwell from the right side downtown. And the lead now a half dozen for the Vinemont Eagles. 3 minutes left in the third. Three on the way from the corner. Good. Jeremy Harbison from downtown with a Garland Gudger three. Now a 9-point lead. It's raining threes and another one from the corner. This one from Blackwell and the Bulldogs. Our score now, Vinemont 40. Susan Moore 34, 2:50 remaining in the third period. And all of a sudden we got Garland Gudger Jr. threes all over the stat sheet.
Well,
Johnny.
we do. We got that one, a big one right there. A big third quarter for Logan Blackwell. He's got 5 shots. He's got 2 Garland Gudger threes. Vima starting to get some outside scoring. That was a big 3 for Harbison. That is his 3rd Garland Gudger tonight. He's got a dozen. But the concern right now is free throws, and Isaiah Jones has missed 4. And you got a 6-point game, and that's 4 that he's missed. It could have been about a 10-point lead. He's got to do a better job about presentation at the free throw line, concentration, and execution.
You're exactly right. Or he may be facing a tactic known as the Hack-a-Shack. If
very possible
to allude to the
well, you saw last night the Wall State
comparison
Lady
you made
Lions.
earlier.
They won by 20, and they missed about 11 to 13 second half free throws, including Jaden Winfrey, one of the better free throw shooters for the team.
It's just a lack of focus. At the end of the day, it's something that you practice or should every day, and something you should be good at. It's more of a lost art than it used to be, but I think there's no excuse for.
Well, I shot around 75 to 80% when I played for Coach Weber and the good old Raiders.
That doesn't surprise me, Flash. I told you about the time I won a free throw competition at a basketball camp, and I was made fun of. That's how it goes. People don't respect the free throws. Bulldogs of Susan Moore with the basketball, now only trailing by 6. Here's Garcia with it, top of the key, brings it up over his head, now puts it on the floor. Picks it up, and Will Height, rather, check that. Hayden Robertson with a great move, just grabbed the basketball and ripped it away from Garcia. He's going to be charged with a foul, but what a moxie move out there by the Vinemont Eagle off the bench.
Very good play. Possession there to Susan Moore on the held ball.
5 seconds. Great defense as Jordan Eller comes back in the ball game. Help prevent that from getting in play. It'll be Vinemont basketball.
Jordan Eller and Caden Graham. Good defense on denying the inbound throw.
Now here's the inbound pass for Vinemont. With it is Harbison. Drives near the foul line. Kicks it over to Holcomb. Now to Eller. Drives baseline. In trouble. Has it stripped away. And coming the other way with it's Ivy. Susan Moore with numbers. Pass across the lane. Finish with a left hand. Trey Cook off the glass. And we got a 4-point game. Vinemont 40. Susan Moore 36. Off to the races. Here's Eller. Vinemont might need to slow it down. Here it comes from the corner. A 3 and good. Caden Graham from downtown. And the lead now 7 again for the Eagles.
That's 10 points off the bench for Caden Graham. A couple of Garland Gudger Jr. trays.
Runner in the lane. Missed. Rebound. Put back. And good by Trey Cook off the miss from Travis Cook. Little brotherly love there, I suppose. 90 seconds remaining in the third, and we've got a good one. Vinemont 43. Susan Moore 38. Jordan Eller with it at the top of the key. Goes right. Looks over to Holcomb. Drives baseline. Stepped on the baseline. Susan Moore basketball.
He sure did. He ought to know where his area is. His right foot went 6 inches too far. Hit the baseline out of bounds. A costly Vinemont possession.
Dawson Wilhite, the senior, checks in for Jackson Holcomb for Vinemont. Also taking a seat is Lopez. He'll be replaced by Ham. Ivy drives inside, kicks it outside. Ham, 3 on the way as he floats backwards. No good. Rebound taken on the baseline and then lost out of bounds by Trey Cook of the Bulldogs. And it'll be Vinemont basketball. Vinemont got to get rid of it. Finally, they get into Wilhite. Hands it off to Eller as he races across the timeline. Inside of a minute remaining in the third. Vinemont clinging to a 5-point lead. They've led by as much as a dozen. Eller will be fouled out there by Susan Moore, and he'll go directly to the line to shoot two.
Worst thing for Susan Moore, the fourth foul now on Blackwell.
Yep.
He's been their offense in this third period. Now he's got 4 fouls, and that's a concern for the Susan Moore Bulldogs.
Ivy's first up and good. Check that. Eller's first up and good. That's Jordan Eller, the senior guard for the Vinemont Eagles.
He's doing a good job this year after filling the vacancy of a pretty good point guard up here last year, graduated, Connor Gibbs.
Yeah, he's doing a really nice job, especially defensively and with his ball distribution. Second one up is good for Eller. Lead again 7 for Vinemont. 50 seconds remaining in the third.
First points of the night for point guard Jordan Eller.
Corbin Ham with the basketball. Looks over left side. Now with it is Garcia. Drives in the lane. A runner from about 10. Little teardrop shot. Good. 30 seconds left. Vinemont 45. Susan Moore 38. Reverse layup off the glass. Good by Luis Garcia. And under 20 seconds remaining. And it's a 3-point game.
4-0 run for Susan Moore because of Vinemont mistakes.
Vinemont with the basketball inside of 10 seconds, driving in the lane and putting up a runner is Caden Graham, but right in between 3 Susan Moore Bulldogs. He draws the foul, will go to the line to shoot 2.
And that'll be the 4th foul on Trey Cook, so a couple of Susan Moore Bulldogs in major foul trouble.
Caden Graham's first free throw up. No good. Score remains Vinemont 45, Susan Moore 42. Susan Moore trailed by as many as a dozen, now within 3, 4 after Graham's made free throw. Here comes Ham up the floor. 4 seconds left. Free throw line jumper by the lefty. No. Rebound Eller for Vinemont, and that is where the third period ends. The Vinemont Eagles 46, the Susan Moore Bulldogs 42. Coming up, the fourth. You're listening to 92.1 FM WKUL and WKUL.com.
When you need auto parts for your vehicle or your tractors, it's Stewart's CarQuest Auto Parts. Reggie and Kay Stewart have over 100,000 parts in stock, with store locations on Loring Street in downtown Cullman and Highway 278 East at Holly Pond. Now, that's a lot of parts. But if it just happens they don't have the part you need in stock, how about overnight delivery? They will make it happen, especially Kay and Holly Pond. Also at Holly Pond, you find plumbing supplies and feed for your animals. Lead tires and mechanic work done next door to Stewart's in Holly Pond is Mason Dixon Stewart at Holly Pond Tire and Lube. Remember, Stewart's CarQuest and Mason. They can make it happen. Are you in the market for a new home? Talk to Walker Brothers. Are you in the market for a remodeling job? Talk to Walker Brothers. Or maybe you are a do-it-yourselfer. Talk to Walker Brothers about all the tools and materials you will need. Walker Brothers has been helping you with all of your building materials for a very, very long time, even before Tim, Terry, or even Alan were born. So for any or all of your building needs, flooring, lighting, plumbing, Walker Brothers can do it or supply you with all the tools. Walker Brothers, Highway 69 North in downtown Belleton.
Welcome back to Vinemont, Alabama. I'm Rich Jesse along with the Flash Man, Johnny Thornton, Christian Ballard, our on-site engineer, JR back in the studios. It is 8 o'clock, right on the money. You're listening to the Game of the Week here on 92.1 FM WKUL, where the Vinemont Eagles clinging to a 4-point lead as we begin the fourth. 46-42, Vinemont with a basketball. Graham with it. Gets it to the big man. 3 on the way from the wing from Isaiah Jones. No good. Rebound Bulldogs. Corbin Ham with it. Crosses it over in front of Will Hyde as he crosses midcourt. Gets it over to Ivy, the senior. Hands it off to Garcia. Streaks his way across the lane and a travel. And you may have heard the crowd here at Vinemont call for it. It was the correct call.
Well, tough defense that time again. A physical game. They're letting them play. Aggressive defense by Dawson Wilhite forced the Susan Moore turnover.
Eller brings it up the floor with the Eagles with the ball in the lead of 4. 1 minute gone by here in the fourth. Eller drives inside, kicks it outside. Wilhite, weak pass, gathered in though to the top of the key. Missed a 3 from there. Wilhite with the offensive board, put back no good. Susan Moore back to their old ways of fouling, and Wilhite finds his way back to the free throw line.
He's done for the night.
Indeed, Trey Cook's 5th personal foul, and he'll be replaced out there by Jackson Miller. We saw him earlier in the first half. Now Miller back on the floor, another senior for this Susan Moore team. Now checking in for Bryson Bush is Vinemont's Jeremy Harbison, the senior. Will Height's first free throw up. Good. Will Height has shot well from the charity stripe so far this evening.
He's 5 for 7. That's 71%.
Will Height second off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound pulled down by Ham. 5-point lead for Vinemont. Stolen at midcourt by Will Height. Down the right side of the lane he goes. Has it rejected. Goes out of bounds. It'll be last touch, they'll say, by Susan Moore. But I saw that one go off Will Height's chest. A break for the Vinemont Eagles after the rejection from Susan Moore's Corbin Ham.
Yeah, good defensive play for Susan Moore.
Inbounds pass to the big man, Isaiah Jones, and he finished it off the glass for 2. And it's
his first field goal since the first quarter.
7-point lead for the Vinemont Eagles, 49-42. Here's Susan Moore offensively looking for a screen, and he won't find one. Gets it to Ivy. Ivy drives across the top. I think you got a whistle.
You got Dawson Wilhite hand checking. Simple turns right there, step back. Cut his lane, don't put your hand out there in front of him.
Will Height's first personal foul, first team foul here in the 4th for Vinemont. Here's Ham with a basketball, takes a screen, now just feeds it down in the corner. Now driving inside, having it stripped away is Susan Moore, but they get it back. Corner 3 on the way, no good. Rebound taken by Jones, get a whistle.
Guess what? Technical foul.
Some words probably being released from the mouth of a player.
What is that?
The old double nickel there, charged with a T.
Oh, it's 55. Okay.
Not a good look when you first come in the ball game for the first time in a while. And to the line to shoot the penalty is Caden Graham. He'll make the first. His team now leads by 8.
And the T update now for Flash, 35.
35, but I'm certain glad we've only seen one so far this evening as Caden Graham
had
makes
one
them
on
both.
Tuesday of West Morgan and Good Hope and one tonight. Not after the fun we had last week with Russellville and West Point.
9-point lead after the made free throws from Vinemont's Caden Graham, and they'll inbound the basketball over on the far side of the court at midcourt, and that's Will Height. 6:21 remaining in the 4th. Again, our score, Vinemont 51, Susan Moore 42, and we got an official discussion going on.
Well, I'm not sure what the confusion is. It's a technical foul. It should be possession to Vinemont. That's automatic. I don't sure. Well, I guess he just had to come together and get everything, they had to reevaluate themselves.
Well, here we are, and the inbounds pass occurs. Harbison with it. Almost lost it, and as he regains control of the basketball, he slides out of bounds, and it'll be Susan Moore basketball.
Susan Moore's been physical all night and trying to get Vinemont frustrated because they're more physical than they are. A heads-up play for Garcia, not a good play for the Vinemont Eagles, a turnover.
Luis Garcia dribbles with his left hand, gets it over to Blackwell. Blackwell playing with 4 fouls, drives left side of the lane, fires it down in the corner. 3 on the way from there, no. Rebound fought for as it goes out of bounds. Last touched, I believe, by White. That's the Vinemont Eagles. It'll remain Susan Moore basketball, and we have a timeout on the floor charged to the Susan Moore Bulldogs. Our score with 5:59 remaining here in the 4th quarter of play from Vinemont, Alabama. The Vinemont Eagles 51, the Susan Moore Bulldogs 42. And Vinemont has been able to hold on to a lead for a long time. It's dwindled to as little as 4, but has gotten up to as much as 12, but they can't get Susan Moore to go away, Johnny.
Well, the one thing about it, too, you got to get them back to the free throw line. You got to convert this. They're 3 for 4 here in the 4th period. They missed in the 3rd quarter. They missed 4 free throws. So if they make those, they would be up at double digits. They just got to play smart basketball, disciplined basketball, sound fundamental basketball, knowing that you're going to be push, shove, but protect the ball and make good execution.
Inbound pass coming from Garcia. Gets it into the block. Head fake down there by Blackwell. Got the defender Jones in the air. Draws the foul into the line. Logan Blackwell will go after the Vinemont foul.
Yeah, that's a smart play for Blackwell to get Isaiah Jones got caught out of position, off balance, his third foul.
Jones.
But a big miss there.
Yeah, it pays off.
Yeah.
After the missed
Blackwell's
free throw.
got 16. Trey Cook is out with 9 points.
Blackwell's second is good, so he'll make 1 of 2 from the line. And Vinemont, the lead, now 8. Jones, the big man, brings it down the floor. Senior trying to go to work, and he pushed
did.
off.
He cleared out with the left arm. He tried to shield. Now he's got 4. Just not smart play fundamentally. Knowing that the intensity is there, knowing you got to be a doer and a thinker. That time he didn't think he'd done, and now he's on the bench.
Jones will take a seat, replaced by Jackson Holcomb. And here comes the Bulldogs of Susan Moore, trailing by 8. Through the lane, missing a left-handed layup is Garcia. Getting the basketball back off a steal, Susan Moore. They look in the corner. That's Blackwell. Drives inside, fires one up. No. Rebound, pulled down, put back, no good. Blackwell with a rebound, trying to put it back, kicks it outside, looking for Garcia. Gets it over to Ivy, and Susan Moore will set it up again with 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Garcia drives inside, kicks it outside to Luis Garcia. Back across the way it goes, Ivy drives through the lane, and we have an offensive foul charge to the Susan Moore Bulldogs. Jordan Eller took the charge.
Absolutely. Fundamental play right there, Jordan Eller, knowing that the contact was coming, got himself ready. The pass is made, crash into the defender. That's a player control foul. And that is 4 on Ivy. So Susan Moore has picked up a lot of fouls in this ballgame with 1 disqualification and under 5 to go. Vinemont by 8.
51-43, Vinemont 4:50 left on the scoreboard here in the fourth. Isaiah Jones with it, right wing extended. He gets over to Harbison. Harbison goes toward the right wing. And
Harbison illegally screened as he put a Susan Moore Bulldog to the floor.
So the basketball will go back to Susan Moore. And this is part of that playing smart. You giving up possessions, giving it back to a team who's gotten hot outside here in the second half in a 3-possession game.
Your next foul will send them to the free throw line. We still got over 4 minutes.
Garcia looking for Garcia on a little backdoor, and Luis Garcia can't hang on to it. Call him Butterfingers.
What Vinemont's got to be, Rich, is patient, but using their head for something other than a hat rack.
Eller, the senior point guard, has to pick up his dribble. Almost had it poked away. Puts it back on the floor. Nice no-look pass in the back door, and the finish by Harbison, the senior for the Vinemont Eagles. And they're back to a 2-digit lead, 53-43, 4:19 remaining here in the fourth period. Again, Vinemont leads 53-43 over the Susan Moore Bulldogs. We'll be back with more after this. You're listening to 92.1 FM, WKUL, and WKUL.com.
So your vehicle has got dents and scratches or was involved in an accident? Call Randy Phillips at Auto Body Center. Randy works with all insurance companies and offers free estimates. Regardless how beat up your vehicle is, Randy Phillips will make it look as though it never happened. Auto Body Center is open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, located at 199 County Road 1294. So the next time you have a big or small vehicle scrape, call Randy Phillips at 256-739-6090. 256-739-6090. That's Randy Phillips at Auto Body Center.
Well, we got a good one this evening with Cullman County welcoming a Blount County team to the north part of Cullman County a week from tonight. More Cullman County versus Blount County. It'll be Aniana and Hansville next week for Lane Horton Gym, 4A Area 11. Girls game around 6, and then the Redskins and the Bulldogs. 2 good ball games on right before we started coverage of the 2024 Cullman County basketball tournament which will be Monday week from Wallace Lee's Tom Drake Coliseum.
It'll be a fun one. Look forward to seeing you there, Flash, and look forward to everybody who's joining us here. We thank you for joining us each and every Friday night here on the Game of the Week here on 92.1 FM WKUL. And a big steal from Vinemont, but stolen quickly back for Susan Moore. A travel. That was a European step and a half by Susan Moore's Travis Cook, the senior, trying to cut into the double-digit lead. It's Vinemont ball.
He drug his heel. Don't know if it was Nike or Adidas.
Those are Nikes. Complete with a reverse swoosh. Here's Vinemont with a basketball. 10-point lead, 4 minutes remain here in regulation. Jordan Eller crosses midcourt and waits on a screen. He takes one from Harbison, but stolen away. Coming the other way, Luis Garcia goes into the paint, misses the shot. Will Height with a big defensive rebound on the weak side. Gets it to Eller. Fires it across the way. That's Harbison. Harbison back to Eller, and Garcia getting real physical, trying to poke it away. You may
hit
have
him
heard
in
him.
the face.
You may have heard him in
that's
the
obvious.
microphone. He said, "What?" Well, you're right. That is obvious, but why not play?
Well, there's nothing about a foul, but don't try to put the guy's eyes out.
3:32 remaining in the fourth. Vinemont will inbound from midcourt. Here's Eller, takes it in the backcourt. Goes to the right. Now in the corner. Still dribbling. Looks inside to Graham. Now looks inside to the big man Jones, and a turnover. Ivy. Vinemont trying to protect this 10-point lead. Luckily for them, Susan Moore's playing just as sloppily as they.
Good defensive plays. Played well defense all night. Dawson Will High for the Eagles.
Here's Graham, the senior. Puts the ball on the floor. Looking for a screen. They try to double team him. They're trying to get those hands on the basketball, and I believe they got a little hand on more skin. And that'll be it. Logan
that should be
Blackwell,
5 on Blackwell. He's
second
out.
Second Susan Moore Bulldog to leave this basketball game disqualified by fouls.
And we just got a technical foul on Blackwell for unsportsmanlike conduct to the official after just been disqualified.
5, why not 6?
So
that's not in good taste, my friend.
Well, the foul was, the official said he come over the top and made contact. That's going to be called every time. Logan Blackwell frustrated, and now Vinemont's got a chance to put this game out of reach.
He'll be replaced by Jackson Miller, who was teed up earlier in this game for Susan Moore. Free throws on the way from Caden Graham. First one up and good, and it's an 11-point lead for the Eagles. Second one good, and we're back to a lead of a dozen. This, the largest lead of the basketball game for Vinemont. And now, our third attempt. Remember, there was a technical, and there was also a personal foul. So he's made 3 of 3, and now here comes his fourth attempt. Vinemont now claims their largest lead of the game, 56-43. And now 57-43 as Caden Graham sinks all 4 from the charity stripe. A 14-point lead for Vinemont, and things looking grim for the visitors from Blount County.
Well, now just got to play with poise. They know they're going to be physical. They're frustrated, already over the limit. And Vinemont just got to use a smart head.
Harbison with the basketball for the Eagles. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Will Height. Gets by one defender and has it stolen away. That's Garcia. Up ahead to the other Garcia, but he can't handle the long-distance pass. Out of bounds it will go, and it'll stop the clock. 2:40 remaining in the fourth.
They made the smart play to get a turnover, then they give it back because of not good execution.
Jones will inbound the basketball. Looking for Harbison, got him in the corner, fires it across to Eller, and he'll try to bring it up the floor. Running out of time, he'll barely make it across the timeline. To Will Height in the baseline corner, brings it out toward the wing, and gets it to Harbison, who now gets it to Graham, and Graham will be fouled, and that is not the guy that you want to send to the line. Luis Garcia charged with a foul, his third personal. And here's a very dangerous man from the free throw line.
Right now, he's shooting 90% in the second half from the free throw line.
Graham's first up and good.
If they win this ball game, it's a possibility that this young man, Caden Graham, a senior reserve, could be the Game Day Weekly Player of the Week.
Here he is. He'll try to complete the two-shot foul here. Misses that one. 15-point lead for Vinemont, closing in on 2 minutes left. Here's Miller, left wing three on the way, short. Ham pulls it down, feeds it over in the corner to Miller, who drives, misses the shot, and rebound pulled down by Jordan Eller for Vinemont. Now downer in the corner, it goes for Vinemont, and Caden Graham from downtown, a Garland Gudger Jr. 3 for the Vinemont Eagles, their largest lead of the game, now 18. And now driving on the opposite end is Devin Ivey.
I knew this was coming.
Guard.
I knew this was coming. David Wilson berating the official, wanted a tee. He got his money's worth.
Well, Johnny, you come in here and you want to count all the technicals this year. I think you're asking for it, man. Now we got 3.
Let's see. That's now 37. I had 44 last year in my assignments. I just my thing about that. Well, he wanted it, and the officials. And I've told the officials they do. All of these are unsportsmanlike because it's not you saying anything. It's how you say it.
Well, Yeah, I can feel that.
It's as I said last week in our broadcast, doing my Foghorn Leghorn impersonation of yaddy yaddy yaddy. I can't get a word in edgewise.
Ivy makes both foul shots, brings his team back to within 16. But yeah, it's at this point, it seems quite unnecessary.
Well, it's just it's been a physical basketball game, and Susan Moore not able to get things going. They've had a lot of fouls called against them. They've got 2 disqualifications, another in foul trouble. And in the fourth period, Caden Graham has set his tone from a free throw line. That's now 8 of 9. And he's shooting 80% in the fourth quarter from the stripe.
Graham makes 1 of 2 on this trip. So we had Susan Moore making 2, and then the technical shots, 1 of 2 by
All
Caden
it's doing
Graham.
is just prolonging this game for getting over.
That's the unnecessary part.
Yeah.
We
might get this game done by 8:30. We still got a minute 40 to go in the contest.
Here's Eller, top of the key, looks right side, Graham. Graham goes top of the key, moves it back. They try to trap it. Over on the left side, it goes to Harbison. Now to Will Height in the corner. Fires it inside. Holcomb, and coming in from behind is Luis Garcia to deflect it out of bounds. Vinemont will keep it. 1:29 remaining, and got some fresh
Good
faces.
defensive play for Garcia. Timed it right, blocked it out of bounds, and kept his mouth shut.
Braxton Williams, Joshua Robertson, and a player to be named later for Susan Moore, number 5, into the basketball, young man into the basketball game for the first time. So our lead is 17 for Vinemont, 62-45, 128 remaining in this basketball game. Eller with it. I think Vinemont's going to play keep away as long as they can. Harbison with it, gets it back outside. Graham over to Will Height, and they'll just weave it out behind the perimeter. Here's Graham to Eller. Eller almost lost it, and they'll try to trap him back near midcourt, and they get it to Harbison. Harbison over to Graham. Graham backs it out inside of a minute left, almost stolen away. Basketball hits the sideline and goes out of bounds. It'll remain Vinemont basketball. 56 seconds remain. Vinemont leads 62-45. Inbound pass it. Easy bucket for Jeremy Harbison. Nobody
16
home.
for Harbison. That's a Christmas gift in January.
Here's Susan Moore with the basketball offensively. This is Robertson. Top of the key, 3 up and good. Jackson Miller, a Garland Gudger 3 with 30 seconds remaining to bring his team to within 16. Eller drives inside, gets it outside Will Height. And Vinemont just going to hold on to the basketball here. Gave up a couple open looks at the basket. Susan Moore still wants to play kind of physically out there with Eller. Now down to 10 seconds left. Eller just trying to avoid defenders. Drives one off his foot. Now drives baseline. Kicks it inside. Shot missed by Jackson Holcomb and got a late foul with 3.5 seconds left. And Holcomb will go to the line to shoot two. A lot of fouls in this basketball game, Johnny Thornton.
The Susan Moore Bulldogs have the Bill Lambier mentality.
It's not something I'd want to carry around. Shot up by Holcomb.
I guarantee you ask
missed.
these young men who Bill Lambier is, they have no idea.
Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know how they would know. I mean, unless you've got a big NBA encyclopedia. He was a Motor City bad boy, to be sure. The Vinemont Eagles victorious 65-48 over the Susan Moore Bulldogs. A good fight from the Bulldogs early, but Vinemont able to go away victorious 65-48, our final score. We'll return to wrap it up after this. You're listening to 92.1 FM WKUL and WKUL.com.
Remember Happy Days? The Fonz and friends sitting at the soda fountain with ice cream, sodas, and shakes? Well, at Hansfield Drug, they still have the fountain with 16 different flavors and ice cream. And today would be the perfect day to go to Hansfield Drug. Have ice cream and soda with friends. Get your scripts filled or get your over-the-counter needs. The Fonz may not drop in, but we'll be there. Hansfield Drug on Commercial Street, serving from 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and until 2 on Saturday. We'll see you at Hansfield Drug.
Are you in the market for a new home? Talk to Walker Brothers. Are you in the market for a remodeling job? Talk to Walker Brothers. Or maybe you are a do-it-yourselfer. Talk to Walker Brothers about all the tools and materials you will need. Walker Brothers has been helping you with all of your building materials for a very long time, even before Tim, Terry, or even Alan were born. So for any or all of your building needs, flooring, lighting, plumbing, Walker Brothers can do it or supply you with all the tools. Walker Brothers, Highway 69 North in downtown Belleton.
Have you been looking for a way to become healthier and more energized?
Thanks for watching,
Look
guys.
no further than Wendy's Health and Nutrition. At Wendy's, you'll find a wide selection of vitamins and supplements